Right. Hello, folks. Not sure if anybody's in yet. Let me just reload my dashboard because that seems to be acting up. Sorry about the internet connection issues. Connection doesn't seem to be doing too great tonight. See how that goes. Yeah, it's not doing so great. Let me see if anything else is using up bandwidth. No, you should be clear. Hold on. Clear that out. Yeah, it should be clear, but it's not. Great. Well, that's a lot better. Right. Hey, Wolf. Good to see you. Should we get started? I think we should get started. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Iceni Broadcasting System. Tonight, bringing to you Mass Effect Kadara's Children. Right, let me just pause the music. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is now the 15th session of Mass Effect Kadara's Children. We took a break last week because, well, everybody was feeling a bit sort of eh. So, this week, I am joined by my usual cast of reprobates. I am joined today by Diablo Awesome.
Hello, I'm Diablo Awesome. I play Basrak, a Turian soldier.
I'm also joined by Discordian Nest.
Hello, I'm Discordia or Discordian Nest, and I will be playing Plea this evening, your Asari engineer.
Next up, we have Journey Engine.
Greetings, I'm Journey, and tonight I will be playing Ephron du Tamar, a Angara Vanguard.
We are also joined by Viz Kanoya.
Hello, everybody. I am Viz Kanoya, or Viz for short. I will be playing Ferris, the Asari Infiltrator. I am also eating potato wedges in memoriam of Gorg.
Yes, unfortunately, the character of Gorg is retiring, or the player is retiring. So we will be doing some other stuff with Gorg once we figure out exactly what we want to do. And of course, finally, we are joined by our final player, Wolf Venom.
Wolf Venom said hello, I will be playing Vesta Turian Infiltrator and Soldier who hails from the desert planet Io, so he is quite thirsty.
He's also thirsty in other ways, but we won't get into that right now. So, we left off a while back now with you guys dealing with a situation on the planet Haval. Let me switch over so that you can actually see what's going on. Aha! Right. So, we now head over to the facility. Now, give it a second, because this map was built for a more powerful computer than I'm currently using, but it works. Yes, the players are currently in the depths of a facility that appears to have been creating cybernetic Re'urn, a life form from this planet which somewhat closely resembles ancient Earth's Utah raptors. Massive claws, terrifying jaws, and cybernetic abilities. They are kind of terrifying. One of them is currently hiding in a bathroom, and the others are slowly being backed up by a group of 6 of these things. Players, what do you wish to do?
Can't remember. Did we download the data from the terminal in the last session or not?
What data are you trying to download?
There was a database that I know we unlocked, but we had to allow access for the VI to certain things that could link to the Re'urn, but I don't know if we actually downloaded the data in that database.
I don't believe you had yet. I think somebody was planning on making a backup of it, though.
Yeah, the exact point we got to was where Plea attempted to allow the VI access to it so that we could have access to it and actually read the logs.
Okay. In that case, you provide access to Ravi, the research assistant VI, who you have already given access to both its higher heuristics and emotional processing, and have now activated its logging systems as well.
We also turned off the thing which meant that it had to ignore being insulted, I think.
You did indeed, yes. I believe that was part of the emotional processing. Or actually, no, there was a specific block for it, wasn't there? That was it. So yes,
Yep.
these creatures are still approaching. What do you wish to ask of the VI?
I think we are just trying to get general logs on what had been going on here, the nature of the research. I can't remember.
What logs are you interested in?
I genuinely don't remember. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks.
Well, think about what you want to
Research
find
notes?
I think what we want to know is what was being researched here, who was responsible, who was funding the project, and whether there's any indication of whether someone could have sabotaged it with uploading a virus or something.
As for the uploading a virus, it had already given you the information that, as a supposition, that it was possible somebody could have uploaded a virus. However, it didn't have any conclusive information one way or the other.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to look for that. But there might have been a log or something once it had access to the database, which would have indicated that someone had made an upload.
Okay. What else did you ask? Sorry, you also asked about research logs, yes?
I think so.
I have access to all research logs currently still in the database.
Can I make a copy of those
Of course.
on one of my many Omni tools?
Please provide the appropriate security the appropriate security clearance.
Did we find a security clearance on a corpse?
Yes, I thought you had one from the
It was a
guy.
doctor. Yeah.
And the VI thinks that he's had a species and a sex change.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
Dr. Richard Carter.
that was it, Richard Carter. So, do you present that identification to the VI?
Yep.
Registering that now, Doctor. You have access to the following notes. It lists off a number of notes. As these creatures are still edging forward, Bazrak, are you going to remain there?
I've taken a step back.
Okay. They're going to move forwards. Should probably just move them as one big group, to be honest. It lists off a numerous research notes. You also asked about the purpose of this facility. Research at this facility is aimed at weaponizing Re'ern for use as defense forces.
Okay. Does it say who financed this, or is it an organization?
I'm sorry, Doctor, you do not have access to that level of communications.
Okay, but I'd wager whoever's on payroll might have that information.
I can neither confirm nor deny that supposition.
Okay, so we've got the research notes on what they were doing here. We've got.
If you were able
Do we
to,
have, like-
if you were able to contact higher office, you might be able to get further information.
Good idea. Do you happen to have that on file here? I don't have my notes on my person.
I have communication frequencies for communicating with higher officers. However, my communication facilities are disabled.
That's fine. If you could just give me the codes for that, I can contact them.
I'm sorry, Doctor, I cannot give the codes to you. I require direct access.
Okay, that's interesting. So do we have like the research, the actual research notes from the VI now, or just a general overview?
It's given you a general overview. It has access to the research notes, and it gave you a big list of topics. Is there anything specifically you're looking for? Hey, Pelican, sorry I didn't see you come in there. And hey, Melnice, good to see you too.
Off the top of my head, I'm just trying to think if Plea would be thinking of this, or if I'm just thinking of it.
I'll give you an idea of some of the things it's offering. So it's offering control subroutines, cybernetic hardware, behavioral training, mental sculpting, genetic alterations, control procedures. What would also be another one they would be researching? Nutritional tolerances, environmental tolerances.
I think if I could, I'd just try and download all of them.
All right, it starts uploading them to your OmniTool. There's quite a bit of data, so this is going to take a while.
I don't think we established what was currently going on with the return. I think we were told that they would have to directly connect with the return in order to find that out for us.
In order to have direct control over them, in order to direct their behavior, I will need my communications re-established.
You are saying you are not currently in control of the return?
Correct.
Does your programming allow for supposition?
I have limited abilities, but I can attempt to satisfy your request.
Well, let's say you are being, or rather, let's say an individual is being herded towards you for some purpose to re-enable certain features. Would they potentially being infected or controlled via a viral attack by potentially a hostile party? Would re-enabling your communication apparatus be a good thing for you?
Insufficient data to make a satisfactory judgment.
Don't beat around the bush. Just be straightforward with it.
Fair. If the return were being controlled by a virus affecting their behavior, would that virus potentially hop to you if we reconnected you to them and or the computer terminal, the communications?
The virus would have to be specifically crafted to be able to travel over what is nominally a communications link only, not a direct data transfer link. I can transfer data to them. They should not be able to transfer data outside of their basic scope, which includes observational data, biological feedback information, and notification of control signal effectiveness.
Okay, how's the progress bar on this download looking?
It's taken a while. It's going to be a while. And these things are looking about ready to move on again, move forwards. Ephron and Basrak, are you doing anything? Oh, actually, before I forget, Faris and Plea, you are both looking towards the VI, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but please looking back over her shoulder frequently.
Ephron and Basrak, you guys are focused purely on the return?
Yeah.
Yep. With the weapons drawn.
Please make me a charisma save.
I see. That is a 12.
Right, you are now out of character. You are now carrying Gorg.
Now, of course.
Walk in the background.
If anyone looks to play, for some reason she's only typing with one hand.
Oh, I also have to ask, is Gorg a plushie because of how rotund he is?
Sorry, he is not a plushie, he is a bobblehead. Except in his case, it's more of a sort of the head remains still and the belly sort of bobbles.
Is that it? Or is it like a Mr. Potato Head doll?
No. Oh god, you're right, it should be a Mr. Potato Head. It's a Mr. Potato Head, there you go.
But you can't take anything off because he would explode.
So, unbeknownst to you, Plea, you are now carrying a Mr. Potato Head in the form of Gorg.
Wasn't Gork in the bathroom though?
No, he wasn't. That was Vesius.
No, that's Vess.
Ah, okay.
It's just one of those days.
So the download's going to take a while, and Efron and Basrak, are you doing anything?
I don't know. At this point, I'm tempted to try and push back and see if that, if if that is going to cause a fight, or if they're just going to sort of walk slowly forwards. If this is a threatening walk slowly forwards, or just a mindless walk slowly forwards.
Do what you wish to do.
I think I am going to push one back sort of with the side of my gun.
Okay. It hisses in your face.
When it tries.
It hisses in your face, but doesn't push further forwards. Do you want to try and force it back, or are you just happy with that?
I'm happy keeping it at the distance it is. If it stopped, that's okay.
It is hissing at you, but it isn't making further aggressive moves.
Hi, holding an attack in case it tries to attack.
Okay. The other one is keeping line with the one next to it and is hissing in your face, Basrak.
Well, at this point, it looks like we can open up communications. They shouldn't be able to tap into whatever it's connected to.
Theoretically, yes. From what we're looking at, this progress bar is going to take a while.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's not feasible to remain in this state long term. So yeah, I'd be looking at re-enabling not the communications, because that is the last thing that I want to potentially re-enable, but I'm looking at the control of the urn, because at this point, if they're potentially going to attack us, that's not going to change much, is it?
It's up to you. What do you wish to do?
I think I'd turn to Faris and just kind of look at her with, should I?
Sorry, out of character. The should I is should I re-enable, or what is the should I in reference to? Sorry.
The should I is in, should I re-enable the VI's control of the urn, supposedly?
Do it. I don't see any other way out other than fighting.
I mean, if you have concerns over it, you could try insight checking it. If you want to insight check a VI.
Insight check the monotone VI.
I mean, it has
Sure,
got
since
slight emotional inflection since you activated the, what was it, the terminology for it? Emotional processing.
Sure. You know what? You offered it. I'll roll that.
Go ahead.
That's a 10 in
Okay.
total.
I will roll here
for a total of 13.
I will roll here for no purpose whatsoever. Okay. So, Plea, and Faris. Both of you rolled higher. Something feels off about this interaction. You don't think that communications is actually what you really need right now. But maybe you could check that. Maybe you could double check whether or not it's telling you the truth by looking into the systems and seeing whether what you're dealing with is really what you're dealing with.
Well, communications wasn't something I was going to turn on anyway. But yes, let's go and see if well, shall we both look together and see if we can check and see if we're being told the truth?
Sure.
Okay, I will roll electronics with advantage then.
This wouldn't be electronics. You would need to go into the system and see what things are linked to. So you could investigate the system to try and look into how things are linked together and that. It's not so much electronics, it would be an investigation check.
Okay, sure, that's the same number. That's 24.
Okay. Looking at the communication system, you notice that there are actually 3 separate subsystems for comms. There is the primary communications network, which is down. That is completely shut down. The primary communications network includes stuff like internal comms within the base, comms to external facilities, comms to relay network, all that kind of stuff. All of those are through primary. Secondary comms are like the email server here, and also instant communication around the base that's just very basic text communication. That system is actually still active. And the tertiary communications is the control system for the Return, which is not linked into the primary.
All right, then tell it to activate communications subsystem tertiary.
That system is active.
Right, but it thinks it's not. So if we say...
No, it says it's not. It says it doesn't have control of the urn, but looking at the system, it does have control of the urn.
So what happens if we turn it off?
Is this out of character right now? Because I was thinking out of character. But if we're having this exchange person to person, then it's just heard that.
Are you speaking out of character?
I'm just musing. That's out of character. I just don't know what happens if we turn it off out of character.
Out of character, that was me responding to what Viz had said, because I didn't feel that she had understood what you meant. But I'm looking at that blinking light now, I presume, which says, "Oh, I'm being lied to."
I mean, you can interpret it that way.
She tilts her head and is looking at Faris and just kind of tilting her head and looking back at the screen.
What do you choose to do at this moment?
We don't have like subvocal mics. We should get some subvocal mics. Those could be useful in the future. This is not Shadow.
We have text functions on our Omni tools.
That are presently jammed. We can't communicate out. We can't communicate to...
Well, we can't communicate out of the base from here, but I thought that was because the structure was shielded, or there was...
You could test.
Wolf Venom said, "Is everyone still alive?"
So far.
So far?
Maybe. Why don't you come out and check?
So looking at this terminal, it says that the VI does, or this computer and the VI are connected to the urn.
It says that the tertiary
That-
communication system is active.
Can I monitor any, or is there a chat log or some kind of record of communication sent either way?
Do you wish to openly activate this?
Well, you said it's already active.
Do you wish to openly do this?
I don't know how I would unopenly do this.
Well, I'm asking, are you trying to be subtle about this, or are you just doing this right in front of the VI?
I'm attempting to be subtle about this, but I'm not sure how that works for the VI. I'd be blocking the relevant screen with my body for the urn if I could, but I don't know if the VI has a camera facing us or whether it can read what's on the screen.
I'm asking you to see what you can come up with, how you would like to do this.
I'd like to do a perception check to see if there's a camera
That's a good start.
on the VI.
Very well.
That's a 13.
Given I also said that I was looking, I guess I'll try and see that as well.
Yeah, sure. I'll accept a perception check from the both of you.
Natural 20, 23.
And what did you get, Faris?
13.
With a 13, you do spot that there is a camera up in the top of this hallway here, just above where your where Plea's decoy is. With a nat 20 Plea, you're pretty sure that a VI Matrix has at least some basic camera system built into it as well as that camera. However, that basic interface probably isn't set up for doing reading screens. It will be set up to just track where people are standing so that the VI knows where to point its image towards. It will be more about seeing who is speaking when rather than trying to discern fine details. So you suspect that the only camera it's got that can really see fine details right now is probably the one behind you, or possibly the urn.
Right, I was already kind of blocking the screen for the urn with my body, or trying to.
However, you also know that there is a pretty good chance it knows exactly what's up on its screen at any one time. So you might have to access via a different screen somehow.
So I use one of my Omni tools to connect to it.
You can do that if you wish.
I'd like to try and do that then with, if I can position things so that it's not visible from any of the cameras I'm aware of.
Make me a stealth check. Vesius, are you doing anything in the bathroom while this is going on?
Go well.
Wolf Venom said nothing to do, so just waiting.
Fair enough.
I was going to ask, can I assist Plea in any sort of way?
Yeah, you could help shield the camera or try and block it. Yeah, you could try and do something along those lines.
So would she roll with stealth again?
You could roll with advantage if you are being given assist.
Doesn't matter.
Wow. It looks like you're trying to reactivate communications. Would you like some help with that?
No.
What sort of help could you offer? I'm still typing away and trying to get at the information. I'm just speaking to continue the discourse.
Okay. Make me an electronics check with disadvantage since you're trying to cover what you're doing rather ineptly.
With disadvantage, that is a 23.
Oh, damn. Okay. Right then. As the computer is listing off suggestions, right, remind me of the exact thing you wanted to find here? Because you're going to get a little bit more than that, because you've got over 20.
Yeah, I am looking for details about transmissions which have gone on this tertiary system
Okay.
to and from the Rern.
Right. As this thing is listing off things, there is an active control signal to the Return, actively sending data to and from them.
Right. And presumably can I tell its instructions, or
The instructions are going to be difficult to discern because they're not going to be something that's easily passable. It's more like
that is fair.
they are command numbers, they are coordinates, they are preset codes. You can see that there are a lot of code 289s. There's several code 244s, and there's also a prescript number 7 that is activated a while back.
Can I try and find a list of codes and what they correspond to, like 404, for instance? Or...
You probably can, but you suspect that might be detected if you do it.
Okay. This prescript, does it have a timestamp of when it was activated?
Yes, it was quite a while back. It was last night.
That's interesting, because we got the call about the job before that. It took us 2 days just to get here from the last place we were, so...
Mm-hmm.
Can I like angle my Omni tool to show Faris?
I mean, Faris is actively helping you shield it, so I would say yes, Faris can see this. You notice that prescripts are in a user folder because it gives you the index of where it points to.
Prescripts in a user folder. So there's a username attached to these?
Yes.
Does it match the Asari who was left in the bunker?
No, it appears to be a janitor.
So Ferris is going to whisper to Plea and like cover Plea's tympanic membrane with her hand so that the VI can't see her lips in any form of capacity. What if we said no more masters and this thing was asking for help through the Red Urn? That we've been actively trying to help the wrong thing this entire time.
Please just kind of nodding and cursing the current situation in that it's difficult to communicate for reasons. I'm just trying to think how to phrase this. How blatant is it? You're just gonna have me turn and do the same thing again to whisper back. I will type on my Omni tool and just have like a little text window come up and just type back. It's probably this, and this is probably via an AI.
Make a stealth check.
On the thing that's being blocked, but okay.
Plea and Ferris, or just Plea?
Just Plea.
So no advantage this time.
No advantage.
In my long history of being shit at stealth checks, that is another 2 for a total of 5.
Oh, God.
All right.
Wait,
Yes?
would you like my inspiration, please?
Sure, you're actively trying to help me with this. That seems fair. I'm just not sure it's worth it.
You can
Do you
try.
think? Do you think I might beat a 5?
I have the utmost faith
You-
that you will not roll another 2
You
or
have
a
a
1.
+3. You could potentially roll better than a fucking 5.
Don't know. Hey, at least if I roll a 1, we'll get the advantage back.
Right.
What did you roll?
Oh, a 17 plus 3 for 20.
Okay.
Ah, thank you, inspiration.
Okay. You do not get your inspiration back, but nothing further happens as you type this message.
So, Faris mentioned no more masters. Should I just type that on the Omni tool just to like mention no more masters question mark?
Who are you doing this to?
Faris.
Are you asking Faris this?
Yes, in the same method I've just used to communicate.
Okay. Viz, how do you respond to no more masters question mark?
Well, it was specifically mention no more masters question mark.
I think that got cut off at the beginning. Viz?
Remind me, there is technically nothing illegal on Havarl. That like on Angara-based planets, it says AI is a no-no. Is that what I'm understanding?
Technically speaking, yes, although generally Angara laws regarding AI match those of the Citadel species, or rather the Nexus species, but in practice they aren't the same. They don't use the Nexus rules. Angara laws are separate. They usually mirror, but they're not quite as tightly enforced because, you know, the Angara themselves might actually not be a biologically evolved creature. They might be created.
So, because
Also, technically, surely the rules for the Nexus on AI is more lenient than those in the Milky Way galaxy, since the Initiative have still got various SAMs functioning with their Pathfinders, and they have relied upon those to survive.
Creation of AIs is still illegal.
But that's not the AI's fault.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the kicker. It's not the AI's fault. So with that, Ferris is gonna mull it over for a moment and give a nod and to see if it understands what we meant by that, and if it does, then we can see how we'll proceed.
So you've nodded at plea. Okay. What's the progress on this download bar?
It's still going slow. It's gonna take an age. It's gonna take a while.
Oh joy, 3%.
It's more like at this point maybe 10 to 13%.
It's still not great. Anyway, I asked do you have files regarding earn linguistics?
There are no files in Earn linguistics.
Nothing to do with, say, the phrase "no more masters."
The phrase "no more masters" does not appear within my database except in items of fiction.
Interesting. What sort of fiction?
It lists off about 3 different books, which are there's one about a slave revolt on a Batarian colony world. in which the phrase is used there, although it's used in a Batarian language. There's another one which is a human one about a artificial life form throwing off its enslavement. And the final one is actually an Asari story that's about 200 years old, which was about the liberation of the few awakened, the few Angara who had been rescued partway through the making them Ket process and were still sane.
Oh, exaltation.
Yes.
Interesting. Does the phrase have any resonance with you personally?
Are you asking the VI that?
Yeah, I think Plea is just asking the VI that.
I'm sorry. That phrase does not cause any of my components to reverberate.
But open communications does cause your components to reverberate. Got it.
Shit.
Does anybody else have any input at this point? Ephron? Bazrak?
We haven't received any of this information. We're just standing here with people whispering behind us.
Yes, exactly.
We're as in the know about all of these goings on as Vess in the toilet.
This is true.
Wolf Venom said what they said.
Sorry to be cutting you out, guys. Okay. So just so I have this clear in my head, from what I can see on the screen, the VI or some system in the base is in control of the urn.
You can assume that.
Or is communicating with the urn.
The
It's
tertiary
sending-
system is active and it appears to be sending commands, yes.
Okay. It's postscript was run by the janitor.
I mean, you could try and get everybody else in on what's going on if you want.
Yeah, can I try and send like an Onitool message to the others?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. I've looked around for cameras already. The camera's facing us, it's not facing them.
The camera is on a panning path that's going back and forward along the hallway, so...
Oh, okay. I send a message to Vesius, who is hiding in the bathroom.
You can send a message to Vesius, that's true.
Presumably there is no camera. I really hope there is no camera. And
Vesius, you can make a perception.
inform-
Vesius, you can make a perception check to see if there are any cameras in the bathroom, if you wish. You do not believe there are any cameras in the bathroom.
Okay, the message will read: the base systems are connected to the urn. There is communication going on. The VI seems to be trying to make us believe there isn't. So either we're being deceived or it's not getting accurate logs. Could shut off communication, but not sure whether Rayurn would lie down or attack us. Can't just turn around and say this because there are cameras.
Wolf Venom said maybe a virus has given someone somewhere else remote control of them outside of the computer's control.
Yeah, I'll type a message back saying script was run by ID code belonging to janitor.
Wolf Venom said janitor could have been a spy. Seen it done before.
You guys literally have
Don't
seen
forget.
that done.
Did we pick up on that, or is this something we realized out of character after we left?
It was definitely something you know out of character, but I don't think you knew specifically it was the janitor in character.
Yeah. Okay. I just kind of send another little line saying, maybe whisper. Oh no, you're now trapped behind a urn. You can't whisper in the ear of everyone. Okay, that's great. I'll just type, going to attempt something. There may be a violent reaction.
Wolf
Be
Venom
ready.
said well Vessa's background is in spy stuff.
Yeah. I just kind of glanced to Faris and sent another, type another little note to say, turn it off, question mark.
Another wordless nod. Yes.
I'll disable the tertiary communication.
I'm sorry, Doctor, that is the wrong command to activate communications. You wish to use this terminal. It points the cursor you have up to the activate the primaries. That is the correct one.
We're dealing with Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club here. God damn it.
Did it just scroll the mouse essentially when I went to click?
Yes.
Is there a way around that? Or will I... Oh. Okay.
Just get your gun and blast that entire thing to pieces.
I was about to say, Ferris leans down and whispers to Plea again, blocking her, blocking her lips. Just overload it.
Just telling me to blow up the VI.
Yes! I did just tell you to do that.
Is the data transfer still going through?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's like, what, a quarter? Okay, I think the gun turret on my shoulder turns to point at the urn, and I'd like to prepare, what was it called? Fuel something? Fuel spell? For if an aggressive action is taken, just into the back of her urn.
You're doing what, sorry?
And the gun can, well, no, it's an omni tool thing. I just like to prepare a fuel spell.
Okay.
Do
you mean
so I have it ready to go.
Okay. You'll... Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it like spellcasting? You'll lose the thing if you don't use it?
We discussed this before, and we decided that that wasn't going to be the case with tech powers because it didn't make sense.
Okay.
You didn't use any battery because you didn't run the program kind of way.
Okay.
I'm gonna just kind of look at the camera for the VI and say, no, that wasn't what I was trying to press.
Oh, I see. At this point, I need everybody to roll initiative. But let me just make sure that the token orders are completely cleared out first. Okay.
Do I get my held action if... Well, no, they haven't done anything aggressive yet.
They haven't done anything aggressive yet. We're going to have the turn order up, so if you guys could roll initiative. Also, I hate to say it, but can we take a quick break here because I need the loo? Is everybody okay
Sure, we
with?
can start on combat.
Sure.
Yep.
Very much.
Do you want us to roll initiative first, and then whoever's first can plan what they're going to do? Or-
If you want to roll initiative now, you can, but we'll be on break and we will continue once we get back. Okay? Right. I'll see you guys in a
Journey
couple of
will-
minutes.
We'll be going first.
And let me just put some music on. Oh, god damn it, hit the wrong button. God damn it, connect, you little piece of shit.
Journey did not click his token.
Okay, I can fix that when I get back. Right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. See you in a few. And I'll put some music on while I'm away. Sorry about this, I just desperately need a little too much tea. Okay, I am back. Still got a minute left to go on the ads. Actually, almost a minute and a half, in fact. Okay, let me put Ephron into initiative. That turn, you got a 21. There we go. Right. Pause the music. I am back, folks. Oh, sorry, I am back, folks. A little bit earlier than expected. Right, sorry about that. I've added Ephron into initiative. I now need to roll for their earn. See how they do. Oh, that was almost a 19. Right, let me just remind myself of what their mod is. It is a plus. Nice.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay. Everybody's still in proper. Everybody's now in proper order in the initiative. Excellent. Right. Good. Everything is set up. We just wait for everybody to get back and then we can continue. And also, the adverts are now over, so everybody should be back with us. Excellent.
This is the perfect order to do things in. It means I get 2 consecutive turns. Held action on their turn, and then right after that, it's my turn.
Why would the held action be on their turn?
Because they would potentially do something aggressive on their turn, which is the trigger.
You were holding for aggressive. Okay, that explains it. Right, can I just confirm who is back? Diablo, are you back?
Yes.
Welcome back. Journey, are you back? Oh. Oof. Yeah, Journey's not going to be back for this combat by the sounds of it, unfortunately. Viz, I believe, yeah, you're back. So everybody who can make it for this is back. I will be controlling Ethron for now, so I need to bring up his character sheet to have his attacks up. Okay. All right then. Well.
Wolf Venom said your mic has really started to hiss.
My mic?
Wolf Venom said yes.
That's probably the fan noise of the computer. This is running from the laptop.
I can't hear anywhere. Yes.
Neither can I. I mean, it was there for a moment, but now it's gone.
I mean, if you can hear it while I'm talking, it's probably fan hiss from the laptop, because, yeah. Right. All right then. So, in that case, you are facing towards there. He is going to give an order. So, they are going to initiate combat. So the Return are going to get a surprise because this is coming. Actually, they're not going to get a surprise on Ephron and Basrak, are they? No.
They're specifically watching for this. Bazrak said they were holding an attack.
Okay. In that case, Ephron would technically go first, but since Journey's not here to make the attack himself, I'm going to ask Basrak to go first, and then Ephron will go, and then the Return will go. These things are clearly ramping up to attack you guys. So, Diablo, what do you wish to do?
Just 1 second, because I need to find the right thing.
He needs just the right thing. Sorry, my back's giving me a bit of jip. Let me just check what Ephron's best attack will be, because I didn't ask people to specify which attack they were going to use. I don't want to use his powers because I don't want to take Journey's stuff from him while he's stuck away from the computer.
Does he have a shotgun?
He does have a shotgun. That's probably his best bet.
Okay.
So what are you doing, Diablo? Diab?
Yeah, that's good. I throw a cluster grenade.
Oh boy.
Over here. So the problem is that the map is in meters and he's on foot, but the events on meters, so I had to do a quick calculating. And by calculate, I mean join on Google and solve it from there. And yeah, should hit all those, but not us.
Can set your powers to be in feet. In meters. There's one little switch.
If you click the burger menu in the top left on the Mass Effect N7 site, then at the very bottom of the menu, there will be a little gear icon on the right-hand side of that pop-out menu.
Well, here, I can measure for you, because mine is in feet on Roll20. I don't know why yours isn't. How many feet does it say you can do?
No, it's in meters here.
Okay, so
Oh.
switch it temporarily to feet.
Where is it again?
It's 5 feet or 2 meters per square.
So if you go to your burger meter, burger meter? What? Burger menu. You should be able to find it towards the bottom under the gear icon in N7 World.
The 3 lines to the left of the words Mass Effect 5e on the top left of the webpage. You see a little gear icon in the bottom right to the side of version 1.4.4. ...
Oh, God.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay, that's done for me. So like 30, I can throw at 30 meters and hits
Do you mean
15
30 feet?
So yeah, 30 feet.
Right. And what's the range of it?
15 meters.
15 feet.
I mean.
Yeah, so, yep, if you threw it there, it will hit all of them. And it will hit nobody else, because the door is... Oh, wait, hang on. You're going to have half cover, Wolf, because you got the door open.
If you throw it to the left side, that might give him more cover.
Yeah.
Because then it would have to physically go through the wall.
Mm-hmm. So, how does this power work? Tell us what you do.
Describe it.
Well, it's a grenade. It's 13 dexterity saving throw,
Okay.
and a creature takes 2d6 thunder damage on a fail saved, and half as much on a successful one.
Right, I'm doing the ones on the left-hand side first. And I've got to wait for an hour while it loads. DC 13 was that, yes?
Yes.
Right. Fail, fail, pass, 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 fail. So those two fail and that one fails. So the ones directly in front of you fails, and the ones one step back from Ephron fail. So how much... roll your damage. And if they pass, they take half damage, right?
7.
And if they pass, they take half damage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do the ones who take full damage first.
Did you just take out their shields, essentially?
Oh, you're right. Thank you for reminding me about the shields, because I almost forgot there. Derp.
Curses.
And that's almost all of them done. And there we go. They all take some damage, but you see their shields flicker, and all of them stay up.
Question. Does this trigger my held action?
They haven't actually had an opportunity to do their attack yet, so no. These guys were also... Oh, actually, yeah, it will. Yeah, do your one now.
Okay. Mine, much like Bazrax, is a 15-foot radius sphere, which I will direct behind them so that I get the 3 squares they're in, essentially, and not coming back to us.
Okay.
So the corridor fills with... Essentially, my only tool comes up, and I tap a few keys, and a canister is launched, which creates a pool of slick, slippery, and flammable fuel in the corridor.
Uh-huh.
And I need all of them within the radius to make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let me just double check if they have any bonuses to this, because I think they actually do. Oh, Diablo, was yours a con or a dex saving throw? Sorry.
Dex.
So I forgot to add their proficiency. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Right. So, first 3, second 3. So, what was the DC? 16?
16.
Fail, fail, fail. Pass, pass, fail.
Okay. Creatures that fail the saving throw are restrained because it's dense and hinders movement. Now, to escape, they can use their action to make a strength check against the same DC on their turn.
Okay. I'm just going to put a net on
The oil
them.
remains there and is highly flammable.
Going to put a net on them to indicate that they are restrained.
Yeah, the effect goes for 3 squares past them as well.
That's fine. Pass,
Not
pass,
4
fail.
squares.
Not the door. The door can't pass a dexterity saving
The
throw.
door is restrained. The door is restrained by the oil somehow.
Okay.
The
And
WD-40
Basrak
has rusted the hinges.
And Ephron is going to make his attack, and he's just going to use his shotgun on the one right in front of him. He has disadvantage on the attack because it's right in front of him.
Actually, no, I don't.
Oh, you're back. Welcome back.
It's
In that
a
case,
shotgun.
in that case, it's your turn. You may do what you. It's not your turn. It's your reaction to their thing. So do what you wish to do.
I think I will shoot with my shotgun, but I don't have disadvantage because I've got what's it called?
Hit fire.
No, fighting style, close quarters shooter.
Ah, there we go.
When
So-
making a ranged attack, you're within 5 feet of a hostile creature. You do not have disadvantage on the attack roll. Ranged attacks ignore half cover against targets within 30 feet of you.
Shoot away.
18.
That's almost certainly going to hit, but let me just quickly double check for you. That definitely hits.
And that is 9 piercing damage.
Okay, so that is... The shield goes down. -2. Okay, and it takes a little bit of damage as a few of the pellets manage to get through. It doesn't look happy with you, and it's now their turn because you were reacting to them attacking you guys. So, I'm going to start with the one in front of Ephron because he's on the left, and it's just easier to go that way. They are going...
Good thing it's restrained.
what does that mean for its attacks?
I think it has disadvantage.
Okay. So it's got... Right, it's going to make 2 attacks, both with disadvantage. So first attack... Baha! What is your AC?
It is 16.
They are almost certainly going to hit, despite the advantage, I'm afraid. Despite the disadvantage, I mean. So that is a... Yes, that's going to hit. 2d6 plus 2. Okay. Take a grand total of 9 damage from it biting at you, and then it's going to slash at you. With a nat 1. It takes a chunk out of you, slips on the oil, and bonks off of the door in front of Vesius. It doesn't seem to be having a very good day. The one directly in front of Basrak is now going to go for him. It has disadvantage on its attacks. Basrak, what's your AC?
More than a 2,
Yep.
but it's 17.
Yep, that's not going to hit. He's going to go again with a slash this time. What is your AC?
17.
It does not hit with the slash either. It's slippering around on the floor, so it's having a bad time of it. Okay, they're now going to take ranged attacks on you guys, the ones behind them. So Do they still have disadvantage on their attacks?
The restrained ones have disadvantage.
Okay, so the two in front of Ephron are going to attack him with disadvantage because they're both restrained. So this is going to go well for them. So Ephron does a 9 plus something. Let me just check what their spit does. Ooh, 9 plus. That's quite a bit. What's your AC?
16.
I'm afraid they do hit. So for the next... Okay, for the next 2 turns, your armor class will be reduced by 1 each time this acid remains on you. So your AC goes down by 1 this turn, and will go down by 1 more next turn unless you do something about it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The other one, seeing that you have already been hit by the spit, is going to take a disadvantage attack on Basrak. He hits Basrak.
Okay.
For the next 3 turns, Basrak, you are going to be having your AC depleted by 1. So it goes down by 1 now, and it will continue to go down unless you do something about it. Okay?
Okay.
Another one is... Ooh, actually, let me make sure the range is sufficient, because it might not be able to hit you at that range. No, I don't think it can hit you guys. Yeah, you're outside of the range. One of them is going to go for your decoy plea.
Yeah. I don't actually know what happens when someone tries to attack the decoy.
Okay. What is your AC?
Well, first it has. I'm genuinely not sure what happens when my AC is currently 12.
Okay.
I'm not sure what happens when someone targets the decoy.
Basically, I'm going to say I'm going to say if it beats your AC, it hits your decoy, or rather hits where your decoy is, and it just flies straight through, making it kind of obvious to that person that that is probably not real.
Well, given that I have the advanced version, which gives disadvantage to tell, does that make it have No, I don't know. Sorry.
It has disadvantage, so you tell you what, I'll make it a perception check on its part. What's the... What is its perception going to be based off of? Perception is wisdom, isn't it?
Yes. Sorry, I'm confused because the way the power is designed, it's when someone tries to attack you, they have to make a check with disadvantage.
Yeah, but you specifically put it in front of.
Okay, so okay, right, that makes sense. No, what you've done does make sense. The power just doesn't do what I thought it did from reading the text.
Okay, it's going straight for it because it's closest. With its roll, I'm going to say a 12 is not sufficient to realise that it's a decoy. I'm going to set the DC on that to 14?
16.
16? Okay. And the other one is going to spit at Paris. It does not have disadvantage. But it does have a shit roll. What's your AC?
My AC is 13.
It misses by 1.
Ha! Nerd.
Oh boy, you call them nerds. Okay.
Excuse me?
That is the end of their stuff. It is then Ephron's turn. We are at the start of initiative. Ephron, you may do what you wish.
I turn around and blast that computer to pieces, but I still don't know that it is the one controlling the things, so...
Also, you would probably shoot Varys and Plea.
Yeah, just... You know.
Does he care?
He's still downloading.
He would care, yes. Um,
The one in front of you has its shields down right now.
just looking at my powers and thinking what to use. It's unfortunate we didn't take at least a short rest between the last combat and this one.
Great, now the raptors are freed of their control and eat you. Hey N7 Vulcan, good to see you. Sorry it's a bit of a mess. Laptop streaming is a bit... but it's working. If you've got anything that affects an area or sets fire to stuff, that would be very effective right now.
Well, I have one that can do damage and knock prone and also detonates.
Detonates is not going to be the same as setting light to them.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But it would knock them down.
It would knock them down, and I have enough slots that I could do it again when people have primed.
Yeah.
So, little hint, if you've got any powers that prime with some good damage, particularly fire, I've got one that can detonate. So, I'm going to cast Shockwave. Create a cascading shockwave in 5 foot wide by 30 feet long line originating from you. Each creature caught in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 3d6 force damage and is knocked prone. On a successful save, a creature takes half as much damage.
Journey, 3 in front of you are all restrained.
So
they have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Well, good. That means there's a very good chance of them getting 3d6 damage.
So are you doing it on the ones directly in front of you, or what?
Yes.
Okay. The first, I'm going to roll 3 dice at a time. So the first one is their first attempt, the second one is their second attempt. So, and I'm numbering them from the top down. Actually, no, I'll number them from the one in front of you up. That makes more sense in this case. So the first roll, the first guy might actually succeed with that, but... So the first guy gets an 11. He does get a decent bonus to that. It is +4, so what's your DC?
It's 14 dex.
Right. So the first one, say
pass a 14.
The first one does actually succeed by 1. The next guy flops on his back, and the next one flops on his back. So you get 2 out of 3, which is pretty good.
And the 3d6 damage is 13.
Okay, I'll do that.
So 2 of them get 13 and 1 of them get 9.
Okay, so this one gets...
Not 9. 6. Don't expect my brain to be fully functional at this time of the evening, especially not with mathematics.
And blank that down too.
It's fine, I'll do the mental arithmetic.
The shields of the 2 behind break. The guy in front is taking, was it 6 damage?
Yes.
Right, he takes a total of 6 damage. Doesn't seem to bother him that much, but the 2 behind him are both going to fall prone, so I've got to find a appropriate one for that. Oh god damn it, why must you be so fiddly? I don't really have a good one for prone. I will just go with that. So they are restrained and prone. They are having a bad day. It wasn't good to start with, and you've made it worse, you monster. How dare you abuse these poor creatures this way? Is that the end of your turn?
It is, yes.
Very good. In that case, we are around to Faris. Faris, there are sounds of explosions behind you.
That checks out. And Faris is going to use Shocking Grasp on the VI itself.
Okay. Right. Okay, Wolf is saying that he's going to have to be away from the computer for a bit, but I can do his character. Bonus action disengage. Noted, Wolf. I will make note of that. So, Shocking Grasp. Remind me how that one works. Because it's in multiple systems, so I need to make sure I'm remembering the right version.
This one is a DC 13 con
Okay.
save. It says send an electric shock from your Omni tool to a creature you try to touch. I'm touching the VI itself. Make a melee power attack against the target. You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing armor.
When you say you are touching it, what are you touching?
What are my options?
There is the VI image hovering in front of you. There is the console. There are the bank of computers behind the console.
The console.
Very good. He has disadvantage against this because he is it has disadvantage because it's a machine. It's going to have to roll. I am going to give it a decent bonus, but not much. So that is a 11 plus 2. So that's a 13. What's the DC?
13.
He has passed.
So...
You sure it's only 13? It should be higher than that by now.
It says it's 13. I'm just gonna double check. So DC should be 8 plus proficiency plus mod, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that checks out.
Okay.
I would like to remind you that Ferris started with some of the shittiest stats in the world.
Oh,
so...
she did. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot how bad Ferris's stats were. And this was despite my ridiculously favourable rolling thing. So, yeah, it sucks. Okay, roll your damage, but I believe
wait.
Yes?
Wait, hold on. I think we messed this up. Here, let me send it into Roll20 real quick.
Go ahead.
I think I was supposed to roll melee against it first before the con.
You do not have to on this occasion because it's a console. It does not have any kind of dexterity. It's going to automatically just be hit because it's literally just a computer console.
You slip.
Yeah, you'd literally have had to roll a nat 1 not to hit it.
So that means I would still get to do the electric damage, correct? That would come with it?
I believe it does half damage. Stunned.
The saving
it's purely... Yeah, okay, it's purely for its stunned. In that case, yes, you do the damage. So it's 1d6, please. He says, and then hurriedly has to figure out how much fucking damage this thing can take, because it's a computer console. Okay.
Is it 1d6 plus 3?
Where did the plus 3 come from?
Yes. The plus 3 is coming from my modifiers. There
isn't a modifier mentioned on that spell.
Yeah. You don't always get them with cantrips. Well, no, this is a power, but still. If it doesn't say you get it.
Would you be okay if I sent the screenshot of what I have into TTS so you can see?
Yeah, sure. I'm normally a bit finicky about that because TTS, I have connection issues, but we'll figure it out. Go ahead. Send away when you're ready. Up next will be Basrak, but not yet, so get ready, Diablo.
Sure.
Okay, let me just bring up the right screen so it doesn't just randomly appear on stream. What have we got here? It is plus 3 on the N7 World,
Melee.
apparently.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
That's where I got the plus
Okay.
3 from.
In that case, I will take it from there, because that is on their own website, and we are using the website, so fair enough. So that was a grand total of, how much damage was it? 4?
Yeah, that wasn't great.
So that would put it on. Okay. There are a few sparks that fly out of a couple of bays of the computer behind the console as the VI judders, its body sort of splitting into vertical slices that slide in opposite directions as it twists its head around max headroom style to look at you. That hurts. I am going to rearrange your atoms, meat bag.
Ferris can't
Well, that
help
changes things.
Ferris cannot help but laugh at this. It's supposed to hurt.
Is that the end of your turn?
Let me check my bonus actions real quick.
No problem. Diablo, if you can be ready to go in a moment, then.
No, I think that's it for me.
In that case, it is Basrak's turn. Diablo, what do you wish to do?
Okay, so after that happened,
After that happened.
I'm going to lose a concussive shot. No, wait. Not a good idea. We don't group up like this. I can throw another grenade, and I think I'll do that.
Yeah, sure. Throw another grenade. I have to make more saving throws. It's fine.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah. What happens if they're prone?
They just have a really bad day.
This
I
time
mean, group them together. It's right there.
Diablo, what type of grenade are you throwing?
lift.
Oh. Okay. Does that prime?
Yes. This time I'm throwing right here.
6 oily raptors. Oh god, that sounds like the start of some sort of really perverse joke. Anyway.
Okay, and
Or
throwing
a
right,
band name.
Oh,
and
yeah,
throwing
6.
right here because
Go ahead.
I'm going to throw right here because the range is only 10 feet instead
Okay.
of 15.
So 10 feet will only cover. You can hit all of them if you just chuck it into the middle of them, sure.
And the DC is 11 strength.
Okay, their strength is pretty high. There's a good chance none of them will fail. Do they have disadvantage on this one from the restrained? Correct me if I'm wrong, I think they do.
If it's Dex, then yes.
Okay.
It's not that.
It's not dex, it's strength, so they do not have disadvantage. Right. So, first 3. These are the ones in front of Ephron. That is... Ooh, 2 of those probably pass. And the second 3. Okay. So, the DC was 11, did you say?
Yeah.
Pass, pass, fail. Fail. Pass. Fail. So, 3 of them failed, 3 of them passed. I'm going from the top down this time. So, pass, pass, fail. The one right in front of Ephron fails.
The ones which passed are the ones which are on the ground.
They're too low. So, what does the lift grenade do, Diablo?
He lifts. That's it.
Okay, they're lifted up in the air.
And it primes them for biotic detonation.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to put a biotic thing on them. And, God, I don't really have a lift icon, so I'm just going to use that to indicate the ones which are lifted. So
You've got a flying icon.
I do, but I'm trying to avoid using it because it's in the other pack and these ones are quicker to access. So there we go. The ones which have the pink symbol on them are primed, and the delta indicates that they are off the ground. Is that the end of your turn, Diablo?
I prepare a concussion shot for next round.
Good. Right.
And that's it.
It's their turn at last. So, oh god, there's so many primes and things to sort out. If a thing is lifted, is there anything it can do to break out of it? Lifted object has no mass and is dangled in the air, temporarily mass effect field. Thus, lifted creature can be pushed, pulled, or otherwise manipulated for varying results. Right. So they can't move.
It functions like restrained, I would think.
Yep. Oh, by the way, this is the point at which Ephron and Basrak, your armor class goes down by 1. And that also means that also means that Ephron, that is the end of the acid that's on you, so that wears off. Basrak, you've still got one more turn of it, so it's still sizzling away on your armor. Okay, so the one directly in front of... Oh god, this is... Yeah, the one directly in front of Basrak, I'm going to do him. He is restrained, lifted, primed. He is having a supremely bad day. He has disadvantage on this next attack. Let's see how badly it goes for him. He's going to try and bite you. He hits.
Fortification.
What does that do?
My AC goes up to 5 until next round.
So what is your AC? What is your normal AC?
I don't think that's going to be enough.
Right now it's 15, so plus 5, 20.
Okay, it
I
hits.
think they're swinging at you with 23.
Wow.
Do you still wish to use it?
No,
Okay,
I won't.
it hits. He's going to try and take a bite out of you. Let me just remind myself what the bite attack damage is. That's
Hang
not bad.
on, V.
Yes?
I'm having a thought. Can I just check the range on something? Because this might be the first time it's actually applied.
Are you going to give it disadvantage? Because it already had
No,
disadvantage.
I don't have silvery barbs or something like that. But they are within 30 feet.
So,
For the first time ever, someone has primed someone within 30 feet of me. I would like to use my reaction to use Enfilade
I am not
on the
familiar
one
with that
next
one
to
at all.
Basrak. It's a subclass feature specifically for my subclass. Basically, when someone who isn't me primes an enemy within 30 feet of me, I can use my reaction to immediately detonate.
That would have been on his turn, not on their turn.
Okay, never mind. Next time.
If you had done it on the previous one, when they were attacking, sure. This is already their turn.
Okay, that's fair.
Good use of it, but not right now. So they are going to bite you for a grand total of 5 damage. It nibbles you lovingly. You take 5 piercing damage as it attempts to nibble you. It's just embarrassing, honestly. So Basrak, you're taking 5 damage.
So that put your shields down?
Yeah, that's my.
Okay. It then has disadvantage still on its next attack, which is a slash, which it rolls a failure. It does not hit you. So it bites you and then slashes ineptly at you as it's sort of fumbling around in the air. Okay, so he's done. I'm going to go to the one behind him who's going to spit at Ephron. Does he have disadvantage? No, because he isn't affected by anything. So he's just going to have a nice clean shot at Ephron. That was not the correct dice roll, game. What? Well, it rolled a 14 anyway, so... What is your AC?
Does not hit.
What is your AC?
15 currently.
That does hit because I hadn't put the modifier on it.
Ah, fair enough.
So that's going to hit, and it does no damage, but it does cause your AC to drop for the next turn. So it just does 1 point of AC reduction.
Right. So I'm on 14.
Yeah. Since he can't do anything much else, or rather his companions can't do anything much else, this one's going to climb up the wall and use his movement to climb across. So I'm going to say 5 feet to get up, 10, 15, 20, 30, and come down over here. This one can't do anything like that because it is still trapped. However, it can see a tasty plea in the way, so it's going to take a attack at plea, except it's actually attacking plea's decoy, and it has disadvantage to hit. It nat ones. It starts coughing on its own acidic spittle. This one can't move. This one can't move. They are going to split up their attacks between Plea and Faris. Plea, this one's trying to attack you, but your decoy's there. It has to roll to see if it hits you, correct? Or see if it targets you?
If it's trying to target me specifically, then it needs to roll Wisdom at disadvantage and DC 16.
Okay. No.
For disadvantage.
It
Wow!
It spits at the decoy, and because it's the only thing in range, it was going to fire at the decoy anyway, to be honest. And the other one is going to fire at Faris, who is out of its range. It also spits at your decoy. And...
Oh, gosh.
they're just having a bad time. Holy shit! Holy shit! They can't hit for shit.
I am quite glad I set up that decoy.
Okay, the one in front of you, Ephron, is going to attack you at last. Still has disadvantage, but your AC is lower now, so... it might have a chance. That's probably going to hit still. What's your AC? 14 at the moment, I believe?
Yes.
Right. I'm afraid that does hit, even with disadvantage. However, it's only a small amount of damage, so 2d6 plus 2, which is 7 damage, as it bites at you. It is then going to slash at you with its razor-sharp claws for a grand total of... yes, that hits. I believe it's only 1d6, but let me just double-check my memory. It's 1d8, sorry.
Why am I the only one getting any injuries? God damn it.
It's also hitting Bazrak. So that is 3 plus 2 damage. So 5 damage as it slashes at you with its claws. And that's the rather pathetic end of their turn. Plea, it's your turn.
I'm just trying to think, how much talking can I cram into 6 seconds?
Please do something other than talk.
Yeah, Blee was going to say something, but that meatbag comment really threw her off, so she's just going to turn to attack the reptile. Okay. There's one there coming towards us, which isn't good. So it's attacked my decoy, is what's happened.
It didn't attack your decoy. The ones at the back attacked your decoy. This one attacked Ephron and then moved forward towards Basrak and climbed up the wall to get to him.
Okay, the one past Bazrak did that. I see. My guys are all restrained. I'm kind of in a pickle here. I think Plea would panic and target the one which is coming at. No, you said it's attacking Bazrak.
Actually, Plea, before we get going, remind me, what was the DC to get out of the thing? Because they do it at the end of their turn, don't they?
Yes, it's a strength saving throw. It's DC 16.
Okay, they've got +3 to this, and only 4 of them are restrained by your things. Let me just check. That is... one of them passes, but all the others fail.
But they're no longer restrained.
Right, I will make a note of that. Sorry, please continue with your turn.
No, I'm just checking the fuel spell thing. Saving throw, its density hinders movement. If the creature moves into the air for the first time, it has to do it again to escape. Yeah, it's just the first time. After that, once they succeed, they are fine. But that would no, that's not at the end of their turn. That's an action.
Never mind, it's still restrained.
Okay. The one here, is it facing Plea or is it facing Bazrak?
Bazrak.
Okay.
Good thing you're back, Wolf. Your turn is coming up in a second.
Okay. I will, seeing 3 of them still grouped in front of the others together so I can hit them all, I will use Cryoblast. It's a shame that one moved, but Cryoblast centered here on those 4 squares.
Okay.
So I raise my arm, I tap away at my Omni tool, and a little packet of frigid air is projected out. So
you cast Slushy.
Essentially, yes. The oil is now covered in a thin layer of ice. The flammable oil.
This is very experimental cooking you're doing.
I know. Okay, so each creature within the sphere has its movement reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And they need to make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes frozen until the start of my next turn.
What is the DC?
16.
2 of them fail.
Those
the
2
two
are
in
now
front of
incapacitated. They're incapacitated.
This one has so many status effects on him, it's now shrinking the status effects.
Oh no!
I packed for non-lethal disabling of wide areas. So that's what I'm ready for. They're primed cold, and any detonating attack ends the frozen condition after resolving the detonation effect.
They're biotically primed, they're primed cold, they're primed with oil for fire.
It'll be an interesting explosion in a narrow corridor.
It's
with
gonna
heat and
kill all
cold.
your allies next to them, let alone the fucking things it's on.
Now, no damage will actually be done if it's detonated to anyone around, but Journey and Bazrak might be frozen solid for a second and lose their movement.
Do you see why I had to raise the HP on the T-Rex and why the giant flower exploded?
Oh, I
Do you
know.
understand now?
I fully understand. Don't worry. I know. I've had to do this with a boss fight. I had a boss fight recently with an Atropal with my Monday group.
Oh no, that is correct. Never mind.
I don't know if you guys saw it. I did actually stream the tail end of that boss fight last week. Yeah, that they killed the Atropal in basically the first turn. It almost didn't get anything to do, so I had to actually rewrite the boss fight on the fly to have the Atropal turn into a ghost while its body was being regenerated by drinking the health out of all the zombies in the city around it. Possessed a member of the party, so they actually had to fight a member of their own fucking party to keep the thing balanced.
Okay. I caught some of it. I don't think I caught that it was flying skulls when I was there.
Yeah, the flame skulls were also there. which, by the way, they have packed into their bags. Flame skulls come back after an hour. They don't know this yet.
Oh dear.
Mistakes were made.
They haven't opened their bags to find out. The flame skulls are literally waiting for them to open it, at which point they're just going to cackle and flame them in the face.
It gets better. Because as I've upgraded this cryoblast, the area remains chilled, and each creature that enters the frozen space for the first time on their turn or ends its turn there becomes primed cold until the end of its next turn.
Okay.
And takes 2d6 cold damage and would be primed again.
Okay. Do you do any cold dash this turn to the ones you hit?
No. Right. That happens next turn if they're still there or if something moves into this square.
Is that the end of your turn?
I think I'm rapidly tapping away at Faris's shoulder to try and get her to turn around and face the reptile. But other than that, yes.
Okay. Theseus, it's your turn. There are 2 frozen raptors in front of you. You can see from the way they've been abused by the party that they're not having a good time.
Wolf Venom said, is the fuel spill still on the floor or was it ignited?
It has not been ignited yet. It is still there. There is ice slush on top of it, but it's still there. Are you going to light it and close the door?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, they're going to die. Light, seal door. I'll wait an hour.
Wolf Venom said, okay, I bonus action disengage so I can move back a space and then I use incinerate on the one in front of me.
Okay.
I will put the description in chat.
Right. Incinerate. Does it do extra damage to frozen creatures? I think it might.
If he's got the upgrade for it, yeah. It's an automatic crit. But that's only specifically on the one which was targeted.
So you do 4.
The others catch fire.
You do 4d10 if you range power attack hit it, which you could. Okay, Wolf. Roll to hit.
Wolf Venom said, I rolled a 24.
Okay, roll 4d10 for the first guy. Okay, 28 damage. He is immediately bloodied and shattered and on fire. In fact, I actually will make a note of that. He is on fire, and you've ignited the area, so there is a lot of things that are on fire. Does
incinerate also detonate?
Probably does.
Wolf Venom said it does.
Oh, wow. A lot of things going to happen now.
All 5 raptors need to take 2d6 fire damage. Roll 2d6 for me, Wolf.
Wolf Venom said it primes fire and detonates.
So that is 7 damage to each of them. Bear with me. So, top guy has taken 7. This guy's shields disappear, because that was exactly enough to destroy his shields. This guy's shields, so that's going to be 4 damage going through to the main. That is not correct. So, -4. This guy takes 7 more damage. Oh no, he doesn't take more damage, because he took the initial damage yet. It's not him. It's the others. 7 damage.
It's all of them that are in the effect because it's from the oil spill.
Let me let this one live a turn. Now, actually, it's going to take the damage. It sort of looks pathetically at you. Right. Okay. This also sets off the other stuff, doesn't it?
Yep.
Right.
And also, because it's prime and detonate, the attack will detonate the fire that it's primed, as well as detonating the other ice ones.
The fire has already been
Is that
attempted
how it
to.
works?
That is not going to affect it right now, because we've done the fire. I don't care about anything else. We've done the fire. The fire is done. We're moving on from the fire. We're now going to do the ice. What? How much damage does the ice do when it goes up?
It doesn't. But what it does do is force people to make a
Force people to make a what?
It's a strength save. Hang on, I'm just finding primed and detonate.
Okay. There are only 2 of them who are affected by this, because that one passed.
Right. Cold. Each creature within a 10-foot radius, including the prime target, must pass a DC 15 strength saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is frozen, which they already were.
V, I'm just seeing this double one, and I'm wondering where the Red Urn's life went wrong.
They unfreeze. So to be clear, these 2 in the front here unfreeze just long enough to get shattered, just long enough to get fire course over them, and then they freeze again.
I would say that should put the fire out.
So
Except they're standing in a pool of burning oil, so they'll catch fire again.
Shh. It's called a freezer burn.
Right.
For
So
a reason.
it also affects everything within 15 feet, right?
10-foot radius on the detonating creature.
Right.
So that's Evron, Bazrak, and possibly Vesius need to make strength saving throws, or they're also frozen.
Vesius has the door open, so Vesius, I need a strength saving throw. Ephron, I need a strength saving throw. Bazrak, I need a strength saving throw. This poor bastard, I need a strength saving throw. In fact, there's actually... Oh god, they're all in range!
Well, I'm frozen because I got an 8.
Chill
I got
out.
a +6 to my saving throws,
Right.
and I rolled a 2.
Okay.
okay, 20.
Bazrak's
Bazrak has passed. They are on fire and froze.
As a reminder,
What's-
lovelies,
What's the...
please put your things in chat for V's sake.
Yes, because I can't see them. So
Wolf
what's...
Venom said I got a 21
Yeah,
on my
Put
save.
it in chat, please. So, can I just get a second? What was the DC? 16. Okay, so... Frozen. Frozen. And frozen.
And I am frozen.
Wolf, you are not frozen. What did you get, Bazrak? You are not frozen.
So does that detonate everything? Because that's quite a lot of
We haven't
rolls
gotten
have
to the
do
end of
right
it
now.
yet. We haven't gotten to the end of it yet. This is just the frozen. We are now entering into the fucking biotic lift detonation. What does that fucking do? Who did that? Bazrak, it's your fault, right?
Okay. Do you want me
primed
to check?
force.
Prime
Just
Force.
to confirm,
Right, go ahead.
sorry, the cold, it wasn't damage, it was just frozen effects.
Yes, you are frozen for a turn.
Yes.
Okay.
You haven't. No,
Okay.
no damage.
Right,
Yeah, it's-
so let's get this done now. So, I need 2d6 damage from you. Oh, sorry, is it 3d6? Oh, yeah, because he's at higher level.
Fifth level.
So, 3d6 damage, Bazrak.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 9 damage to all the ones which have this biotic thing on. So, turn off the biotic thing. Take off 9 damage. There we go. You do not have the biotic thing, do you? So it's not you. You do, so you get fucked. I do apologise for how long this turn is taking, folks, but biotic effects and priming effects suck to deal with. This guy dies because he only had 7 hit points left. So you killed one. you monster. All they wanted to do was kill
Everything
you.
I did was entirely non-lethal.
Okay. That is the end of all of the fucking triggers of trigger time. Wolf, did you have anything else to kill on your turn?
Wolf Venom said, not knowing he is frozen. Hey Effie, it seems you are not the only hottie around here. And my turn ends.
Ephron, it is your turn. You unfreeze. Your turn.
Oh, good. Okay,
Your
I
turn
was
ends.
worried that I'd be. Oh, I see. Do I have the chance to speak?
Yes, you can
Sorry,
speak.
it's frozen until the end of its next turn.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I will,
do.
I
At
will
least
allow
get the
him to
chance
speak, but he won't be able to take any actions.
I will respond to Vess by saying, certainly don't feel that hot right now.
And after Ephron's unfrozen, it is Faris's turn. Faris, what do you wish to do?
Right. I have a question that needs some qualifying.
Go ahead.
Blade armor. So I'm a little confused because I'm gonna drop it into Roll20 for you.
Please do.
For what I'm understanding, I would do damage along with a melee attack if I were to hit, and if I were to grapple, there would be a different set of dice because it's got two numbers.
Let me read through it first so I can actually process it, and then I'll answer your question because I need to read it first. As a bonus action, or as a reaction on taking damage, you reinforce your armor with razor-sharp blades that damage nearby enemies. Until the power ends, your AC increases by 2, but you are unable to dodge and have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. You can use a bonus action to deactivate the blade armor. While blade armor is active, it is considered a melee weapon that deals an extra that deals 1d6 piercing damage. If a creature is grappled by you, you have advantage on attack rolls made with blade armor against the grappled creature. You have advantage on your strength athletics to grapple and deal 1d6 piercing damage when you grapple a target. A creature that is grappled by you while blade armor is active takes 1d6 piercing damage each time it attempts to escape from the grapple. Oh, that's nasty. You must finish a long rest before you can use this ability again. The blade armor's damage increases by 1d6 when you reach 5th level to 2d6, and then higher at high levels. So what was the question you wanted to ask?
So what I'm trying to figure out here is if I biotic punch something and I've activated this, do I get the 2d6 from the blade armor and then my biotic punch?
Does biotic punch add on to an existing attack?
No, it is.
It replaces
an
attack.
attack.
So it replaces.
It is a melee attack.
It's a melee spell attack.
Yeah, it's not going to
Yes.
add on to it. You can't combine the two together.
I cannot.
Because effectively, with biotic punches, you are creating a mass effect field around your fist that you are hitting somebody with. It's going to overlap over your armor, so it will prevent the blades from actually being effective.
Okay.
But you could do the blade thing. That is going to be a really unpleasant way to die for that particular fucking. Yeah.
When you said blade armor, I thought you were reacting to Plea frantically, like tapping you on the shoulder and pointing at the reptile. Not now, Plea.
Oh no, God. I'm not gonna stab Plea's hand on my own armor.
No, Plea will do that. You'll be blameless. You just summoned the armor. Plea was the one who touched it.
Right, I also have to ask, because of this Ret Ern's position, is this considered a flanking attack because Bazrak's on the other side? And it's facing Bazrak last I checked?
It is facing away from you. I normally don't want to deal with flanking, but yeah, it is facing directly away from you. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm only asking because that would qualify it as a sneak attack.
Also, isn't it frozen? So
It is
therefore,
frozen.
yeah.
It's incapacitated.
Wow, yep, this is going to be a shitty way to go.
To be
Blade
fair,
armor and... Go ahead.
to be fair, this one does, to clarify, still have some shields.
I know, and this is going to
Oh, hang
suck.
on. No, I didn't hit it. It's resisting the power, not the detonation. Okay. It would have had advantage on the save for the initial cold blast.
I don't care right now. Let's just move on. I don't want to think about detonations anymore. There's too many detonations. I would hate to have to deal with them without Roll20 to keep track of what's affecting what.
Right, so I'm using blade armor, and I'm going in for the melee attack on it.
Okay. I believe you have a advantage on this because he is frozen. He's incapacitated, so... Please roll to hit.
I have a +3, so that was a 19.
That's going to hit.
Okay, good to know.
Roll your damage. 2d6. Six damage. Okay.
And now I have to account for my sneak attack.
Okay. Its shield breaks. For some reason the shield did not break. Fix that. There we go. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, because I had to use a bonus action to get my blade armor.
Basrak, that makes it your turn. Please do not throw any more grenades, please. Although
I don't have any more.
fair enough.
So I'm going to attack the one right in front of me.
Certainly. He is on fire, frozen, lifted.
He's not lifted anymore because
Okay.
that ended.
Okay, I am getting rid of the fucking lifted at last. Ah.
All those three things detonate, right?
They already detonated.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to...
Set for the cold damage.
The cold damage has already detonated once. We are not detonating it again. One level of fucking priming is enough. Once you get down to like 3 levels down, we're getting ridiculous.
If you want to say because they're currently standing in an area which is actively on fire, the cold melts away, I am fine with that.
Yeah, I'm going to attack. I have a shot, so it gives me advantage, but since I'm only near it, then it's a disadvantage, so I guess it's normal.
Yes.
25 to hit.
That hits. Does it do extra damage to frozen targets?
I don't think so.
Okay, just do your damage. My god. Hey, Eva unit. Everything's exploding. Say, what's your damage? Basrak?
Okay, 6 plus the concussive shot,
Okay.
which is 2 to 12.
Oof. So you rolled 6 on the actual attack. Plus 12.
12.
So that is 18 damage in total, yes?
Yes, plus they have to pass a strength saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC?
A proficiency bonus. Where can I see my proficiency bonus?
It's on the front of your character sheet. Your proficiency bonus is +3. It's next to your AC on the front of your character sheet.
It's a 14 saving throw because Dex DC 8 plus proficiency bonus
They
plus
match.
Dex modifier.
They match, so they pass. I believe that means they are not knocked prone.
Yeah, they're not.
In that case, is that the end of your turn, or is there anything else you would like to do?
That's the end of my turn.
It is their turn. I believe they take fire damage.
I'm going to ask you how you want to roll this, because 2 effects occur at this moment, and they are contraindicative. There's the fire damage from the oil being on fire, but 4 of those squares are still extremely chilled by the cryoblast. Do you want to rule that they cancel each other out, or do you want to do both, or one of them?
The cold doesn't have a source that is consistently powering them. The fire is coming from something that is burning. It is therefore going to be able to continue for longer than the cold is. Fire overwhelms the cold in this occasion.
That makes sense. Okay, just the 2d6 fire damage then.
Okay, so roll the 2d6 for me. Whoever put the oil out there. I honestly can't. It's you, isn't
Double
it?
checking. It's when it ends its turn in the fire.
Okay, so they actually have a chance to get out of the fire. Okay.
Yep. The ones which aren't restrained.
Well, the ones
which can take their actions to make strength saves if they want to break out
the
the oil.
ones which aren't frozen will be able to do something, which is basically none of them. So the ones that were frozen unfreeze. Oh no, they're all frozen. Yeah, they're all frozen. They can't do anything up there. So those guys are fucked. So roll your damage. We might as well get it over with. $10 damage each. Okay.
They're having a very bad day.
They are having a very bad day. You see why I didn't think that these ones would be as much of a challenge as you guys thought they'd be?
Well, if we'd fought them outside when they were stealthed, I think we'd be having a much worse time.
Yeah, they can't stealth. They're all clustered together in a narrow corridor. There's a lot of things going against their favour.
Right, that's the end of their turn because they were all frozen. Please,
me again. Okay.
It's your turn. How long does the fire last, by the way?
1 minute.
Oh, God.
It's not so much that... Hang on, let me just read this again. It ignites, turning the pool of fuel into a large fire. Fire damage again when the creature ends its turn in the fire. Creatures doused in fuel catch fire in the same manner and continue burning for 1 minute or until the creature or an ally uses the action to douse themselves.
I'm going to say that the restrained
And-
effect is ended because it is now on fire.
That seems fair. Yeah. Well, if the effect ended, do I want to risk putting out the fire, though, by using cold on them? That seems silly.
I tell you
This-
what, I'll
this
use
one-
more fire!
I cannot use more fire. This one here, is it still frozen or is it unfrozen?
It has just unfrozen.
Okay, I will.
I need tea to deal with this.
Yeah.
There's not
I had
enough
a.
tea.
What did you say, Biz?
There is not enough tea.
There really isn't.
Just remember, I actually have second level powers, but that's another thing.
I need painkillers
Okay,
and tea to deal with this.
I am going to aim at the one which is here,
Yes.
and I'm going to use my neural shock laser. So
Okay.
the Omni tool comes up,
Is this a save or a
points at the
hit?
reptile. It's a save.
Oh, god damn it!
It's a charisma save.
Oh, they're actually not terrible at those, so we'll see how this goes.
Did you beat a 16?
No.
Okay. Its muscles lock up and it is paralyzed until the end of its next turn.
Okay. The only one who
That's
can
the end of
do
my
anything.
turn.
All
That's
the
the end of
status
my
effects
turn.
of the battle.
What did you say?
That's what this is. I said this is all the status effects. The battle.
Yes. Is that so? That's the end of your.
When are we going to send someone to sleep as well?
Is that's the end of your turn? Plea.
That's the end. That's it. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step forwards, turn around, and if I can, close this door.
Okay.
Unless, would that interrupt my downloading the information from the thing?
You don't
I think
know.
that would.
You don't know.
Logically, I think it would, so I'm not going to do it, actually.
Okay.
No, wait. Thinking about it logically, I'm going to pause the transfer, step forwards, and do it.
Okay. As soon as you close the door, you hear bolts lock into place.
Okay. That's the end of my turn.
Very good. Vesius, it's your turn.
Wolf Venom said I press some buttons on my Omnitool and send a bolt of electricity towards the one I can see and cast Overload.
Oh,
Wolf Venom said I shall put it in chat. Oh, and the DC is 14 dexterity.
Okay. Well, he isn't restrained anymore. He's actually pretty good at these. Doesn't 18 pass? It was 14, wasn't it? Yeah, it's 14, so he passes.
Wolf Venom said takes half I think.
Roll your damage.
And it's primed electrical.
No more priming. No more priming. 8 damage.
Watch, the next batch of creatures are going to be bionic gods, so they can't be fucking primed.
Honestly,
Wolf Venom said does it have to hit to jump to the others?
yeah.
Mhm.
Put the description in chat. Exercise. Oh, it is there. 3 bolts then leap from that target to as many as the other 3 targets. Yeah, I'd say it has to hit first.
It did hit.
It did not hit. It's a dexterity.
And
Oh
then
no,
it
it's a
did
dexterity.
damage.
Say it's a dexterity saving throw, so it did hit. It's just it didn't hit effectively. So yes, it will keep jumping. 3 bolts leap to a target as many 3 other targets. You target the other 3 who are near it. Target creature and object to target even one of the 3 spots. Okay, so they also have to make dexterity saving throws. They're pretty good at these, so... Oh my fucking Christ.
V, I will ask again, where did their life go wrong?
Wait a minute, I just
Just
realised.
out of instinct, as someone who used words
Guys,
like meat
guys, quiet a second. I've just made a mistake there. Sorry. He only took half damage, so he gets slightly more hit points. This guy is going to take full damage because he got a nat 1. So he takes the maximum 8. This guy, what was the DC? 14. This guy passes, so he's only going to take 4. And this guy takes the full 8 because he failed by 1. There we go. All done.
And now they're all primed lightning.
Wolf Venom said I am happy here, so I end my turn.
Noted. Ephron, congratulations, you get a turn.
Yay! Guess what I'm going to do?
Are you going to prime them?
No, don't be silly.
You're
I'm
gonna
going to detonate them.
You're going to fry Bazrak, yourself, and the one standing behind, which is paralyzed.
You might as
What
well
range
at this
is the
point. They're
electric?
not going to live long.
What range is the lightning prime?
I think it's 10 feet. With the detonation, each creature within a 10-foot radius, including the prime target, suffers 3d4 lightning damage, which increases at 5th level to 4d4.
Sorry, Bazrak. I am resistant to lightning damage myself. I don't believe Bazrak is, but
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
I'm going to. So, casting Shockwave at the 2 in front of me. So that again is take a dexterity saving throw on a fail save. It's 3d6 force damage, which will be.
They have disadvantage because they are prone.
So that's
What's the
DC
DC?
14.
Right. They both fail.
They both take 11 force damage.
Okay.
Technically, they also are knocked prone, but they're already prone, so, you know. And then it detonates the electricity.
Okay, what does the electricity do, Wolf? Okay, let's start on the next turn. It must take dexterity saving throw. The target takes 3d6 lightning damage on a failed save. Okay, so they're primed electricity. What does that do in this context?
4d4 lightning damage to them and all creatures within 10 feet of them.
Okay. I will tell you now,
Oh,
this guy is dead. So, he's gone. This guy could theoretically survive. So, I need... Wolf, could you roll me 4d4 once?
oh no.
Stop. Let me figure this out. So, he is dead. And this guy takes 10 damage because it's just automatically done to the ones around them, yeah? Right. This is kind of ridiculous. The priming system might be overpowered as fuck right now.
Oh, it absolutely is, yeah.
Right. This guy is also going to take 10 damage and dies. Bazrak, you take 10 damage. Ephron, you take 10 damage. Vesius, you take 10 damage. Ephron, it's lightning damage, so you are resistant.
What does a resistant mean?
You take half damage. So 5.
Right, okay.
Did the explosions...
I haven't finished yet. Wolf, I need you to roll again. $44.
Oh yeah, it technically set off both
Okay.
electric.
Right. That guy's having a bad day. Wolf, I need you to roll again. 7. So, Basrak, you take another 7 damage. Ephron, you take another 3 damage. This guy takes another 7 damage. And the decoy takes 7 damage. I believe at this point the decoy is just going to fall apart.
I don't think it has any health.
If it's hit by any damage, it deactivates, I believe, if I remember rightly.
I didn't see anything in the description about that. I think it's just like an intangible hologram that stays there.
Okay. Right. Ephron, is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
I'm just checking if I can do... Oh, that's a action. Bonus action... No. There's not really room for me to move back, and there's... Yeah, no, I'm done.
Faris, it's your turn. There's 2 of them still alive.
Right, so the one behind Bazrak and the one further ahead in front of Bazrak, is those are the 2 that I'm seeing that are still alive?
Yes. Bazrak is in the middle of a raptor sandwich.
Okay.
The one in front of you is paralyzed, and any hits will be auto crits.
Good to know. I'm checking something really quick. Oh, right, okay. So I'd like to use Adrenaline Rush. So that is take 1 additional action on your turn on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action.
Okay.
Okay. So again, with this guy in front of me, he's still facing Bazrak, isn't he?
Oh my god, yes.
Right,
He's
yeah.
paralyzed, you have advantage.
Yep, I'm going to hit him really hard.
With your blade armor as well.
Yes, with my blade armor.
I'm made of blades. I am the mistress
That's
of
an
blades. What's that, sorry?
That's an 18 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, that's delightful. So I'm using N7 world to roll on it because it just automatically applies stuff. So that is an 8 from the blade armor.
Okay. Let me... Okay, 8 damage to start
Go ahead.
with. Go ahead.
Then 7 from the sneak attack.
Okay. He is now bloodied.
Okay. He's now bloodied.
As are my hopes and dreams.
As are your hopes and dreams. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I mean, you were supposed to win this, so... I just didn't quite expect it to be a curb stomp of this proportion.
So may I apply Biotic Slash to the melee weapon that is my blade armor?
What does that do? It makes your...
The next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack during the power's duration, I'd have to activate it.
Yes, you would have had to activate it
Okay.
first. But yes, that would actually...
had to
It is a weapon. It is a melee weapon, so yes, it would apply.
So will it be okay if I use my bonus action then the attack, or no?
You can use your bonus action, then the attack, although technically you should have done it beforehand, but this is your first time doing it, so...
Made a mistake. Okay, that was my fault. So Is he primed with anything?
No,
No.
he's
Oh,
primed.
I'm asking
He's
for
primed with pain.
primed with pain. All right, so that's an extra 2d8 damage for 11.
Christ.
Is he dead?
He wishes.
Or is he very...
He wishes for the sweet embrace of merciful death at this point. An end to the suffering that is his existence.
Okay.
Have you been rolling double for the fact that these are all crits?
No!
He's dead.
Okay.
He
The
just
sweet embrace of...
he just holds up a
death.
paw. He just holds up a paw and just cuts his own throat. He's done.
All right. So, now I have one more attack.
Oh no.
Because I have adrenaline.
You're gonna pull your pistol and shoot the poor bastard who is on fire.
Oh no, I'm gonna do something a little worse. Right, I'm gonna use Justice, which says, here, I will just copy and paste it, and then I will paste the advancement that I have on it.
Go ahead. As a bonus action.
I think this is blade armor again.
Yes. That is not the right thing.
Oh, was it? Whoops, sorry.
You forgot to copy.
I gotta say, I just laughed out loud when when you said, "And I have another action." So I'm going to do an attack.
You may use this Omnitool's grappling hook 3 times until a special arm power supply runs out, and you must spend a long rest to recharge the equipment in order to use it again. Special program
Scroll
installed
up
on
a
your
little bit because it
Omnitool.
merged.
Yeah. You're using a special program on your Omnitool. A long grappling hook fires from it towards a creature within range. Make a ranged weapon attack roll on against large. Right. Are you pulling it towards you? Oh no, you're pulling yourself towards it because it is bigger than you. Are you sure?
Right about that. Can we talk about my advancement?
What does the advancement do? Creature, you may pull yourself to the target creature instead of pulling the target to you. If the creature is medium-sized or smaller, you may then also perform the attack as a bonus action after using this power on the same target. Are you sure?
You want to pull yourself into the pool of fire.
Through Bazrak, when you are made of blades. You're made of blades.
Right,
You're made of blades.
Can I step into please decoy and then pull it into me so it doesn't hit anybody, technically?
You can, but there will be consequences because it's bigger than you.
It's a large creature?
It's not large, it's just bigger than you.
The thing
Fuck it, I can
specifies
take
against.
the fire. I can take the fire. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be alright.
Okay.
So I'm pulling myself to it.
Okay, so you're going into the decoy square.
I'm going into the decoy square. I'm pulling myself to this one.
You're going through Bazrak then.
Oh, I'd have to go into the decoy square and then go. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
I think if you did that, you'd hit both Ephron and Bazra.
It's a fun idea for a power, but I don't think it really can work this time without injuring one or both of us and putting you in a pool of fire.
You could. Oh no!
Far be it
you
from
can't
me.
hold this as an action, can you?
Far be it from me to discourage you from going into a pool of fire. You don't need to go into the pool of fire. I mean, just look at his health bar right now.
We can't actually see the health bar for that one.
Correct.
Yeah, I can't.
Look very closely on the line separating those two squares. You see that single pixel of red? That's its health bar.
No, we've never been able to see that one's health bar.
Really?
No,
Oh.
not really the entire time.
Okay, let me just double check the
it's
settings
not
on that
appearing
one.
here.
You should be able to.
Sorry, I was thinking that I'd be able to go through Bazrak. That was why I thought I'd be able to do this.
Oh,
Can
you
you
could do
see
that.
it?
It just would.
Can you see
Yeah,
it
we
now?
can see it.
Yeah, that's its health.
Yeah, that's not much.
It's dead next to her.
Then I didn't even need to use my adrenaline.
No.
No, but hey, it shows you've got cool powers.
I look forward to
Yay.
seeing you pull this off in a different setup.
Yes, in a different setup. Yeah, I guess in that case, that is... Actually, I use the adrenaline. Can I turn around and sabotage the door to open it?
Oh, you can give it a try.
Sure. I'm gonna sabotage this door and pop it open, or at least I'm gonna attempt to.
Okay.
Sabotage is a 13 intelligence save.
All right. It fails.
Open sesame.
It is still max headrooming there, with its body sort of looking like overlapping slices through it, sort of shimmering back and forth.
Right, so you want to talk about it? And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Basrak, it's your turn.
I'll attack this one.
Certainly.
Might as well at this point.
Technically, you could just sit down and have a picnic and let the fire do the work, but,
Yeah,
you know...
you could take
get
out
in the
some
kill.
marshmallows, roast them on the burning raptor. Yeah.
Put it out of its misery. God.
22.
It hits. You kill it. How do you kill it? What do you shoot it with?
Just a regular spray of bullets.
Which gun are you using?
The M8 Avenger.
Okay, so you bring up, it's not the M8 Avenger, but yeah. You bring up your gun, you just casually hose it down, it collapses into the fire. You realise at this point that there is fire separating you from the exit.
Oh, fuck. Where's the fire extinguisher?
You realise you have also fired off a number of grenades into this hallway, as you can see the ceiling has cracks in it.
Right. Let me just read the specifics on this, because I think I can disable it. Yeah, it would have lasted 10 minutes. When the power ends, which you can do at any time regardless of whose turn it is, the canister returns to you. You can only have one at a time. I'd like to end the power. I don't know how that works. Physics related. I don't get it.
That doesn't make sense, so I'm going to say that the oil is
It
still on the
doesn't.
ground.
Yeah. Okay. It's not my turn, is it?
You are out of initiative.
Cryoblast. Cryoblast. Cryoblast.
Yes.
Cryoblast.
You can keep doing cryoblast. Vesius, there is a wall of fire outside of your room, but you can see that people are cryoblasting it, which seems to be damping it down a bit.
Wolf Venom said, I kneel next to the dead burning creature. Why did the prisoners refuse conjugal visits? Because they had taken a vow of celibacy.
And its death throes, it slashes at your throat.
It's not the time for that. Where's the damn fire extinguisher?
You just see please still tapping away at the Omni tool launching cryoblast.
I search for the fire extinguisher. I guess that's investigation or perception.
You could do a perception or an investigation check, sure. "13. You can see in the ceiling there are the standard vents you would have for fire extinguisher systems, automated fire extinguisher systems. They're not activating.
Shit.
Wolf Venom said, would it help if I smashed the toilet to try and flood the place?
No,
No, don't do that.
this is not the time to be talk.
Wait, we would be out of here by the time the place flooded. Come on, guys. It'd be fine.
Is there any way to activate the fire extinguisher on this? Pressing random buttons.
If Bazrak is turned around to
No.
try and do something with that console, Plea is going to turn around and stop cryoblasting and try and restrain him.
What? That's the only console we have.
The VI turns towards you. It looks like like you're dealing with the fire. Do you need some help?
Yes.
Tough. You can all get fucked.
Can I shoot this?
Bazrak, please don't.
Wolf Venom said, doesn't the fire only last 1 minute?
Yes, it only lasts a minute. Yeah, out of character.
Yeah. Did I manage to put it out, or?
You are keeping it under control. Basically, it is still burning because you can only affect.
I stopped doing that if Bazrak went to try and hammer buttons, considering where the cursor was left.
True.
I specifically trying to stop Bazrak from doing that.
Ironically, if the VI had actually cooperated there, that probably would have Bazrak probably would have pressed the button and done the job for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster.
Well, Ferris is going to prep Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Turn on the fire extinguishers, or else this is going to get a lot worse for you.
You can't hurt me worse.
Faris,
Do
can you
you
just give me a minute to put the fire out?
Do you want to try it? I bet we can do a lot.
Try me, bitch.
I'm sorry, I love how clearly bitch came through.
There's probably a lot of stored up resentment from not being able to respond to insults.
You sure we need this computer? It's kind of pissing me off.
I want the information that was on it.
Wolf Venom said, what the hell are you lot doing out there?
Trying to stop Bazrak from pressing a button and getting us all killed or worse.
How about some music? Flight of the Bumblebee starts playing at 50 times normal speed, maximum volume. You can no longer speak to each other.
I flip it the finger.
It returns with multiple fingers appearing out of place, sort of juddering around the icon.
Okay. Can I have put the fire out now?
It lasts a minute. You are basically damping it down.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to go back and resume the download, elbowing Bazark out the way so that he doesn't press the button and potentially let this thing escape through the net.
The download cancels.
The download cancels.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to at least prime charge. I will give you guys a few more minutes to decide what to do with it before I jump across there and smash my blade straight through its face and do additional damage.
Okay. Can I look at how this is set up? I want to see how the hard drives are connected together.
Okay, so you're looking at the computer behind the console.
Yep.
All right. You can make an investigation check to examine how it is set up.
Wolf Venom said, is the place still on fire or can I leave my room?
It's still on fire in front of you. You can leave the room. You will just catch fire.
Faris, can you help me with this?
Sure, what are you looking for?
Wolf Venom said, I like this room.
She's looking for a purpose in life.
That's only a 12.
Of course, there isn't one. 12. With a 12, you can see that this is a fairly standard computer terminal. This is a fairly standard computer server. There's going to be a distributed series of storage drives in each of these modules across the wall. Looking for a specific set of information is going to require time. You could pull them all and just hope that you could reconstruct it without reconstructing the thing that's doing this at the same time.
Right. So the problem is the VI is actively disabling the download.
Yes, it has done that.
Okay. I didn't realize it had that control, right? But fair. Okay. Could I... No, I couldn't copy the... No, that would be silly. Okay. Right. If... So you're saying if I disassemble it, there's a chance that the VI might...
Database purged. Get fucked.
All right, then.
I activate my power. I cast charge, leap across there. It has to take a 14 dex save, or it takes...
It can't dex save.
Well, it takes 1d10 force damage. There is no prone, so that doesn't matter. It takes 17 damage, and then I do a... because I've got an ability, as a bonus action, I make one weapon attack against the target. I get +5 to the attack's damage roll. So we will be doing a Omniblade. That's a 22. I'm guessing that hits.
Yes.
And then that's 15 damage on top of the 17 damage.
Okay. What type of damage is that last one?
The last one is piercing damage. No, slashing, sorry.
Okay. Yes?
He charged into it. That's a detonation. Yes?
I...
Charge detonates.
Yeah.
But nothing was...
Oh,
you
you
primed
remember
it
when I used
electrical.
Shocking Grasp on it the first time?
Didn't it succeed? Didn't it succeed its save, though?
It did not.
So, on Shocking Grasp, it is resisting a stun. That is what it's doing when you try to roll against it.
Oh, it resisted the
It is
stun.
primed for lightning right now.
Okay, do the lightning damage then.
You electrocute Plean Faris.
Yes.
And myself.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter to you.
Nah, it's fine.
Also, to be fair, you have...
lightning damage?
Okay, the computer explodes with a grin.
thought we weren't supposed to break it.
How much damage are Faris and Plea taking?
24.
Me.
24.
If that's what Faris
Oh,
says the damage
4d4.
was. Well, no, it can't be 24.
It's
How much?
4. It's 4d4.
Oh, I thought you said 24. So, Faris, roll. Viz, roll that damage. So you take 7 damage.
Bazrak is also in range because it's within 10. So Bazrak that as well.
Yep.
No, I came after it exploded. I was standing
No.
here, and then he went up to do this. Then I went to check it out after it exploded. Sorry, everyone's still stalking, I guess.
So you guys
I
take.
stumbled.
So because I have shields up, that would be 14 damage to shields.
Yes. But
And then wouldn't it go to 2 for my HP because my
You're
HP
right.
is not.
9 divided by 2 rounded down is 4.
right.
So when that explodes, Ferris is going to throw her arms up in front of her face. By the goddess! What are you doing?
I think I was actually in the space which Journey's currently in, so I guess I got knocked away from the consoles when they charged.
You weren't in that.
When
square.
everyone did, sorry.
You weren't in that one.
Well, I would
You
have had. Okay. I thought I failed to move when I said I had.
Oh, right.
I thought we were supposed to break it.
I turn to Ferris and say, it just said that it deleted the databases. The only thing that we were keeping it for was that data. Now it's when it deleted it, there was no point in it surviving.
I understand
You could-
that, but I meant charging into the computer and exploding it. I could have just shut it down with. She waves her hand with the Omni tool, shocking grasp still up.
I wave my hand at my injuries and at the urn and say, I feel I was, I feel I am deserving of making the kill for that thing.
You destroyed the hardware, so there's no way to recover any data that was deleted. And if that was an artificial intelligence rather than a virtual intelligence, you just killed a defenseless prisoner.
To be fair, either artificial or not, he was an asshole.
Excuse me. Sorry. Choking on my drink. Excuse
Wolf
me.
is typing something.
Yep. Oh.
Wolf Venom said don't mind me, but since I am stuck in here I think I will take a shower.
You hear the sounds of a shower switching on over the crackle of flames. Secondary computer
Look,
system.
it's not a to.
Secondary computer systems activating. Activating fire suppression system. Fire suppression foam starts pouring out over the fire. Warning.
Is it
Communications.
just over the fire?
Yes, just over the fire. Warning. Communication systems disrupted. Warning. Main computer damage 88%. Warning. Staff life signs report multiple fatalities. It is recommended to contact head office and evacuate. Warning. Cloning process interrupted.
Can I look through the shards which aren't embedded in my armor and see if I can find anything which is intact, or has that absolutely destroyed everything?
The bit that Ephron smashed into is destroyed, but he destroyed that side of it. The other side of it might still have a few parts that you can recover.
Okay, can I look and see if I can find a hard drive or something?
Sure. Data in this universe is generally stored in servers like this on fairly easy to remove modules that can be pulled out. Quite a lot of them have survived.
Okay. How much volume are we talking here? Can I fit it in a backpack, or
I will say that they are probably, each one of these will take up a backpack's worth of space, and you can find 4 of them which look serviceable. You reckon
you didn't destroy everything.
You reckon this machine probably had somewhere in the order of about 6 of these? Sorry, not 6. You reckon it had another 6 of these on top of the 4 you found?
You didn't destroy everything, just 60% of it. We should take this and see if we can recover. See if I can recover.
Well, you've had the entire rest of the damn last 2 sessions to be able to do all these things. I was getting a little tired of sitting there being a non-player. I'm sorry.
Look, it's not a total wash. You have about 25% of the data plus these 6 drives. Let's just go and report to Gil. We've handled what we can here.
So we believe what the AI told us about the accountant woman?
Please just gonna.
Doesn't matter. Not my business anyway. Let's just leave this place.
She's gonna slide one of the drives into the backpack and try and carry what she can.
I pop into the bathroom and see that Vessis is currently showering and say, "We are on our way out. If you want, I can stay around, but I think it's best if we just head out. Be careful not to trip on the bodies when you come out here."
Wolf Venom said Vess is actually just leaning against the wall.
Kind of disappointed. It would have been fun to actually just go in there and like, "Oh shit, you're showering, sorry."
I don't think he would have had time to get his armor off.
True.
Wolf Venom said he was joking. It is not the time or place.
I mean, after all the acid spitting around, I wouldn't blame him to at least rinse some of it off.
So, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Was Plea able to carry everything, or no? Because
No,
if not,
'cause
Ferris is willing to help her.
You reckon that, Plea, you reckon you could probably carry 2 of these? They're not that heavy for how big they are, but they're bulky.
Yeah, I thought I'd get one in the backpack, try and carry 2 more, and if that person wants to help, that would be great.
Yep, Ferris is going to help Plea.
So you could each carry 2, and then you'll have all of the ones you've managed to recover.
Yeah.
Wolf Venom said looking at the mess. Okay. Everyone is dead and things exploded. We going?
Yep, we're going.
Yeah.
We need to do something fun after this. Something to take our minds off it.
There's not enough fun. There's not enough alcohol in the entire Kadara planet.
Please gonna lower the thing she's carrying for a moment and type on her Omni tool to. Oh no, Vess is right there beside her. I'm just gonna mention armory.
Wolf Venom
Because
said
we're not
yes.
getting paid.
We can make multiple trips. Let's drop these drives off and then help Vess raid the armory, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we call once we get outside, can we call the ship itself? Would that be able to get down here? It's an open space outside the cave, or we
There
need
isn't-
to make shuttle trips?
There isn't space large enough for the shuttle, for your ship to land.
Okay.
Our shuttle, though?
Not directly outside. You have to make about a couple of minutes walk over to where your shuttle is landed.
Can we call the ship and ask them to fly down to be nearby so the shuttle can make short trips?
I mean, to be fair, you could probably load everything that's here that you want to take with you onto the shuttle.
Okay, we'll do that.
Also,
And when we
sorry.
go on.
I was going
Go
to
on.
say we should also report to Gil what happened about, the red urn. To our knowledge, all of them are dead. The cloning bats aren't working. And
Oh, they're not all dead. There's still only tied up. It's hidden behind a couch.
oh yes, I forgot about that.
Unless it joined the others in the attack on us, which is possible.
You could go check on it.
It's tied up. It can't present
Okay.
any threat, right?
Vesius and Bazrat, maybe perception checks. Those are both pretty good.
18.
Both of you are going to hear a crack noise. Vesius, you hear a small sound that sounds like a little almost croaking noise coming from this direction. Oh, you probably didn't see that. Okay, Vesius, this particular pod here has cracked open. The lift has lifted up, and it has a screen next to it that reads, "Cloning process interrupted. Clone not mature." And inside of it, you can see that there is a little baby Rehern, which is sort of struggling its way out of the fluid that's inside the vat.
Wolf Venom said hello. Want to come with us?
It scrabbles over to the side of the vat with you. It looks like it can't lift itself out.
Wolf Venom said I reach over to it to pick it up.
Okay. It doesn't resist. It nibbles at you, which is actually quite painful because it's got very sharp teeth, but it doesn't seem to be deliberately trying to tear chunks out of you.
Not gonna lie, that's kind of cute.
Wolf Venom said oh I am calling you Nibbles.
I am calling you Nibbles.
Wolf Venom said and I carry it outside.
Okay. Faris and Plea. Vesius is carrying a small one of those creatures that were attacking you that appears to be trying to bite his arm. It doesn't seem to bother him.
Our hands are full of computer parts.
Right. Do the other two pods in there have life in them? Did you even check?
Did you?
Wolf Venom said, "Isn't it adorable? I am so keeping it. Be right back."
I mean, he's not wrong. That is kind of cute, but
The other two
I
pods
wouldn't
are
want teeth
closed.
marks in my arm.
There is nothing there. Aside from this little guy.
Wolf
Well,
Venom
we'll see
said,
how-
"Sadly just Nibbles here."
We'll see how Havarl's authorities will deal with you trying to keep him.
Hell no, it's ours now.
Good luck hiding him from Gil.
Do you wish
Wolf
to try?
Venom said, "They may never know."
I'm just waiting for when we get near to the shuttle and the extremely traumatized accountant sees the living reptile in your arms.
So you guys are now heading over to the shuttle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The journey across the jungle towards the shuttle is not going to take you too long. You know the way by now, and also, to be fair, you've worn this path a little bit through the jungle. It's easier to get through. You can see it is landed. Gil is casually waiting inside the shuttle. His gun is just resting underneath his hand. And the Asari woman is currently sat on a chair, facing backwards in the shuttle, looking harrowed.
Looking what?
Harrowed. She's had very bad experiences.
Well, the job is pretty much done. All but one are dead, and the one that's not dead is restrained, last we saw.
Did you get any more information about them? Gil asks.
Well, it turns out they weren't sapient.
I see
Some
you.
sort of AI.
I see you've brought one of them with you. Unless Wolf is going to try and hide it.
Wolf Venom said, "I was thinking of how I could."
Okay, we'll give you a little bit of time to do so. We'll say Versius is hanging back a little bit. You say an AI was controlling them.
Seemed that way. From what I could tell from the logs I was able to get access to before it started deleting things, there was a program prescript run up by someone using a janitor's authorization. And shortly after that, things got bad, I think. Or, no. The janitor thing was last night. But this happened days ago, so...
Well, last night was the home invasion.
It's... Oh. Wait, no, that's not where the janitor lived, surely?
I don't think anybody who is a janitor is going to be living out here. It's very expensive.
Sorry, I wasn't quite following where you were going with that.
Well, that's what happened yesterday. Or last night, rather.
Okay, well, I guess while that was going on, someone ran a script here.
Could the script have been to attack those places? Or do something specific there?
Potentially, yes, but who got in to run it?
Well, I thought you said the AI was doing it.
Why would the AI need a script using a janitor's credentials?
Well, an AI would have full access to the system, or did it have full access to the system? What kind of setup did they have?
It had very restricted access when we went in. Emotional and cognitive faculties were extremely throttled down. It could direct the return, and that seemed to have been about it.
Maybe if we could find some log files or something, we could figure out what was happening then. For now, though, I'm going to go wrangle up the survivor, if you don't mind. Wolf, if you had any more thoughts on how you're going to hide this thing?
Wolf Venom said I do have that Angaran scarf I found, which I was going to give to Evfran on our date. Could I wrap it up in that?
Sure. Make me a stealth check. Okay. I'm just going to make a roll for Gil. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay. He walks past. Versus. What were you going to say, Diego?
I pull Gil to the side.
Okay. Yes.
I look. The AI said some things that could implicate our survivor here, but I wouldn't take much of a stock in it.
What did it say?
I don't remember specifically.
It suggested that you may have uploaded a virus, but considering they were
Yeah, it suggested they could have uploaded a virus, but well, take it with a lot of salt.
Are you saying this within earshot of her?
No, that's why I take him to the side.
Okay, cool. He glances back over to her, looks to you. Noted. Keep an eye on her while I'm away.
Yeah, sure.
I guess we load the stuff into the shuttle.
Okay. It takes a couple of trips to get everything you want from the place. Sorry, you were going to say something, Viz?
I was going to say trip to the armory, but it looks like you're just jumping forward.
I mean, you guys were going to... You already mentioned that you were going to get to the armory, so I assume you guys are picking up pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You load up the shuttle. Go ahead.
On the way back, if we're making multiple trips, can I have a look around to see if I can find a version of the interface which isn't in our reptile?
Make an investigation check.
$24.
Yes, you're able to find some ones which were getting ready for implantation, which hadn't been used yet.
Right, I'll take that if I can.
Sure. It looks to be a highly modified Omni tool, basically.
Another one for police collection.
Wolf Venom said Haley, if you need any help getting information out of those drives, just give me a nudge.
Thanks, Faz.
All right, then. So, do you wish to head back to your ship, or do you wish to head back to the Mastov station? What do you want to do?
I think we should head to Mastov's to let the game warden know that it's been handled as much as we can handle it. Because there is that one survivor, and we were going to let the Angara government deal with it.
Okay.
If I'm reading this right.
Yep. Gil, in fact, actually organises another shuttle that takes that one away for investigation.
Oh, we've made a terrible mistake.
Did you?
I think the implication there is, now the government will take over this project.
You can interpret it that way if you wish.
But that is how I choose to interpret it. I don't think Plea is quite that suspicious.
To be fair, it's the Angaran government. It's not the Nexus, so...
Okay. We've loaded things up. I think I, as a player, am thinking something. I don't think Plea's head's in the space for that anymore, so she just wants to leave.
Very well. Guys, do you want to head back to the ship and do a little bit of debrief and calm down on the ship itself, or do you want to take a break now and come back next week to have a properly prepared downtime activity set up for you?
I think having the proper downtime is going to be good.
It would be good to have Journey here for a
I think debriefing with Mastov Station, let them know everything is on the up and up from here. Then going to the ship's probably the wisest idea.
Okay. Do you want to do the debrief now, or do you want to do it next week?
No strong feelings one way or the other.
Wolf, Diablo, Viz?
I'm kind of with Discordia, but I don't want to be the only one making the decision.
Wolf Venom said debrief now so it is done so we can do downtime next week.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to make that decision, especially since Johnny's not here.
Very well. You head over to Mastov Station then, and we'll do a quick debrief as you team up with everybody else who's there. You notice there is a proper Angaran security team set up now, who appear to have your erstwhile employer under arrest. You can also see that the Krogan Game Warden looks very pleased with himself as you guys come in. He grins to you. "G'day. You seem to have done a bang-up job."
Yeah, turns out if they attack you in the small corridor, you can just throw grenades at them. Who knew?
Normally they're not so dumb as to do that. Presumably means they had something fucking them up. Spits on the floor. At least that's what the texts tell me.
Wolf Venom said there was a lot of banging. And zapping. And freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the freezing.
1 second. Wolf, you notice the Game Warden's eyes drop onto the scarf you are carrying. He then meets your eyes and raises an eye ridge.
Wolf Venom said I raise mine in return and say sure.
He shrugs. "Well, why don't you get yourself settled in? The rest of the people here will be set up and ready to have a meeting in a little while. If you want to go grab something for the kitchen, you might as well do it now."
That sounds good.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. You head over towards the kitchen, where you can see the incredibly awkward Quarian bartender is now hurriedly making food for people. You can also notice that while most of the staff here are Angaran, he appears to be the one who is doing all of the food-related work, despite the fact that he's Quarian.
Ferris is just going to sigh, put down her more heavy equipment, wash her hands. Let me help you.
No, it's fine. I can do this. I think.
Ferris raises her hand. Shh.
No,
Can you
Let me
even-
do it.
it's fine. I'm the new guy, so I have to do all these jobs. It's fine. I understand. Fine, I understand.
Can you even taste the food like that?
No, of course not.
Let her help you,
That is
please.
why I'm telling you, let me help you.
No. I have to do
You're
this.
gonna over-
I am the new guy, so I do all these jobs. It's how they work here on Angara.
No, that's
Yes,
how.
and I'm newer than you because I just got to the planet.
Guys, you can do an insight
Therefore,
check here if you
I'm-
wanted to.
Fair enough.
Let me go with my 0.
14.
There's a sort of thing that clicks in your head, Ferris. Actually, and Bazrak, both of you pick up on this.
And Vasius.
And Versius.
Ves-
In fact, Versius is the first to pick up on
Everyone
this.
but Flea.
Yeah. You guys all basically pick up on there's one very obvious thing, which is all of the Angaran staff members giggling behind their hands or hidden away. They're fucking hazing this guy.
At this point, Ferris is just going to put a hand on his shoulder and force him to take the nearest seat.
Okay.
I've got it.
I know what that. He looks
You
deflated.
don't know anything. You don't know anything. Just sit down.
He really looks deflated.
I'm sure you're doing a great job, but if you can't taste the food, how do you know if it's palatable? I've got it.
He deflates even further. Good job, T.
We discovered this guy's being hazed, so instead of letting him know, we're just gonna make him feel worse.
Wolf Venom
Oh.
said to my bundle. Is the nice Quarian being hazed by the Angara? Yes he is, isn't he? Yes he is.
Yeah, he is. But isn't
Quarry
that
looks very
the average-
confused as you are talking to a bundle in front of him. Are you talking to me? He looks around. There isn't anybody else here. You must be talking to me, right?
to-
Wolf Venom said kind of. They are hazing you. You don't have to do the work.
What do you mean hazing?
Wolf Venom said someone who is better at speaking explain it to him.
I've got it.
They're fucking with you.
Yes, they're actively trying to humiliate you, make you look like a fool, so that you can be affiliated or join their group, whatever that may be.
Oh, they can get fucked. He stands back up and starts working harder.
Oh. Want the hands? Want the extra hands? Ferris is still offering to help.
Holds up a finger. Yes.
Okay. Ferris is going to help him.
Right. After a few minutes of you working on this, Wolf, I assume you managed to get your hands on some meat and maybe some fruit to feed your bundle of teeth.
Wolf Venom said I assume so as well.
Okay. It's pretty willing to cooperate. It seems quite happy to eat what you present it with. Definitely has a preference for meat, but it'll nibble on a vegetable. and you definitely enjoy a bit of fruit. After a few minutes, Gil gathers everybody together, and you see the Angara sort of gathering round like it's a family meeting. The big Krogan guy stomps over and takes a seat. And Gil speaks up. All right, I've spoken with Planetary Command and my superiors. Officially, this is now being handed over to Bureau of Investigation. It's going to be out of my hands, and they'll be dealing with the majority of it. Your assistance in this matter is appreciated. However, you're going to have to do a proper debrief with their investigators when they get here. He says to you guys, don't worry, they're pretty good people. I know the one who's in charge. You should be fine. I've already signed off on the work you guys did. Considering what that place looked like, yeah, I think you did exactly the right thing. To that end, the creature is now in the hands of my department. We will be studying it, figure out what's going on. It is now conscious. It seems very confused at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be interested in attacking anybody. Don't know whether that's a good sign or not. Officially, your involvement is going to be kept on the quiet, he says to your team. We don't want information leaking about this until we have a handle on exactly what happened, so there's not going to be any formal reward for the work you did here, but I understand that something is being arranged for you.
That's awful nice.
I imagine we have to sign a bunch of paperwork saying that we can't say anything, right?
Oh yeah. I am having that brought over on the next shuttle, and I do mean brought over. It's actual paper.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. The Bureau will be the ones handling... The Bureau will be the ones handling that, so you'll be talking to them for the specifics. I don't know the full details of that. That's between you and them. For now, remain here for the next, at least, day until we can get sorted exactly what's gone on. The Bureau shouldn't give you any trouble. I've signed off on what you've said already, so they shouldn't hold you longer than a day. Wolf is typing something.
Where are they?
What was that, Discordia? Oh, be right back. Okay.
No, I'm back now.
Oh.
I was going to say, we're all a bit battered and bruised. Do you think we could rest up for a bit before we start answering questions?
We'll open up some of the rooms.
Wolf Venom said is a quick trip to the ship out of the question. Want to drop something off?
I'm afraid you're going to have to stay here until we can have an official investigation. That's not my order. I have to defer to them, I'm afraid. But don't worry, we'll set you up some... Go ahead.
Ferris is going to tell him, you can get Toth or Doth down here to help you out with that. They weren't exactly involved, so that shouldn't be a big deal.
From what I understand, they don't want anybody who's outside of this situation getting involved until we know exactly what we're going to do to handle it.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. Any of you got any questions? I've got a bunch of minutiae to go over with the staff here.
What will be done with the creature?
Don't know. Depends on exactly what we discover about it. Given the stuff that's been done to it, we're inclined not to release it into the wild. Doesn't seem like a good idea. However, if it is as you guys suspect and it's non-sapient, then it's entirely innocent in this matter. We'll have to find some way of housing it and making it comfortable for the rest of its life. But that depends on it more than anything else.
The records that I found indicated it was intelligent, but not passing the sapient threshold.
Yeah, I listed a creature. I really don't know something about it.
I mean,
All
that
of it.
covers the natural return as well. From what we saw, it looks like they've had genetic as well as technological manipulation. So we'll know more
I guess
details once we've had a proper investigation.
I guess final question for me is, where are the showers?
Well, they'll probably be in the rooms, I think. He looks to the base staff who nod, so they can get you sorted with that. In fact, he points to a couple of them. Anjana and Re'urk, could you show these guys to some rooms? There's nods. They start moving over to you. If you've got any further questions, feel free to grab me. I just need to talk with the staff here. Oh, he points to the two staff who are going with you. I don't think I've got anything specific I've got for you two guys, so if you could just catch up with me after this, I'll get you up to speed. Nods are exchanged, and you guys are led to your rooms. You now have time to heal up, to recharge, to recover, and to gain your XP. Could somebody make a note of this XP for Journey in the chat as well? Because I have many windows and they are full. So you fought 6 of these buggers.
I'm going to drop in the TTS and ping him.
Okay. You gained 2,640 XP. Because those guys were quite tough, but you found a way to completely destroy them.
Yes, that is a fact.
It did destroy them. Right then.
Yeah.
You, over the course of the next day, are questioned by the Angaran authorities. The Bureau, as it turns out, are a lot more formal than most Angaran authorities, and there are official questions. Each of you are questioned individually. Do any of you choose to lie at any point?
I don't think so, but not hearing the questions, I can't be certain. Can I ask anything unexpected?
No, generally it's just what happened. Do you remember any particular details? Was there any sign of X, Y, or Z? It's pretty just. It's pretty much just a. They want a record of events from your perspective.
Can I have taken the opportunity last, in some of the downtime while we were resting, to take the recording which I made of the entire debacle, make a copy?
Okay.
I don't think there was anything particularly incriminating going on while we were there.
Okay.
So I think I'm just going to give them a copy of the recording.
They thank you for your cooperation with that, and they watch it. There is a couple of questions they ask about. So you looted the armory?
I didn't include that bit.
Oh, you didn't include that bit, so you have edited it.
Yes.
Okay.
I would have stopped after the disaster with the destruction of the
Okay.
VI.
Okay. Fair enough. They are quite satisfied with the recording. They do make a note that a number of items were removed from the armory, and they're glad to see they now know where they went, because presumably you guys took them, they say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will need a deception check from you, Bazrak.
Ah, yes, with my -1. 1.
No, that's with your
But
minus
not
one
a nat
included.
one.
That is with
Yes.
So that is actually 2. You rolled a 2. The 2 agents who are sitting
I rolled a 3.
No,
I rolled.
yeah. The 2 agents who are sitting astride across the table from you sort of exchange a look back at you and say, "Are you sure that's what you want entered in the record?"
Well, playing nice with authority Now, would damage my reputation.
They wait.
Does yeah, fuck every token.
Good. We just needed a confirmation of that. We don't actually care. You guys have papers, which mean that you can pretty much get away with that. Just, we want to make sure that they're not just running wild in the middle of the jungles in the hands of anybody who would cause trouble with them. Understood?
Wolf Venom said I don't specifically lie, but I don't say I found or have a baby one in my room.
Deception. Does anybody else cover for Wolf and not mention the thing he found, which all of you have seen?
So
Yeah, cover for him.
Do they ask about it?
They do not specifically ask about it. What were you saying, Viz?
I was going to say it would match up with Please Records, but she does mention finding the cloning pods in the first place.
Yep.
She does not mention Vesius having a baby Return.
Okay. I am going to say that the only one who really needs to make a check there is Wolf, because while the rest of you aren't saying anything specific, he's the only one who actively did something that he has to lie about. And he got a nat 20, so he's fine. You jammy git, you actually managed to keep your pet.
You tried so hard.
It begins.
The menagerie has started.
Thou part 2.
Right then. A few more questions are asked. There's nothing which is too much. There's a few questions about the house, the state you found it in, and the information you get from there. There are a few questions which do seem a little odd to some of you. You can make insight checks if you want to, but it's only if you want to.
I'll make one.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Little unusual, but they're investigating the death of multiple people by the sounds of it. They have to cover their bases, dot their I's, cross their T's, all that. Faris. Something strikes you as odd. Some of the questions are particularly carefully worded. They're not like they're not deliberately like, they're not so obvious that they're saying something like, did you happen to see pause a black car? They're more like, did you happen to notice any anything which was marked with any unusual symbols? Did you see anybody who appeared to be a survivor? Did you notice any vehicles? From what they're asking, you're getting the impression that there's somebody they're looking for.
Is it George the Humble Janitor?
You can guess that if you wish, but since it's Faris is the only one who's aware of it so far.
She does comply with the questions, and specifically, like, did you find any survivors? Yes, the one we brought back.
Yep.
That is who we found.
Okay.
No one else. She mentions specifically that in order to access certain locations, they might have, to her, I'm a little fuzzy on it, they might have used a Turian's ID. They used a human doctor's ID in order to work with the VI, but that's it.
Okay. They make notes of that. They thank you for your assistance. They ask if you've still got those IDs so they can either make a copy or have the original.
If I recall correctly, I think Vesius and Plea would have those two. I don't remember who grabbed the Turian's ID, but I know Plea has, I think it was Dr. Carter?
Dr. Carter.
ID?
Which I believe Plea has, yes.
Yeah.
In that case,
I will hand that over.
Okay. They're quite happy for that. They'll thank you for your cooperation. Who had the Turian one? Was that you, Wolf?
Wolf Venom said I think that was also Plea.
I assume you hand that over as well.
Yeah.
Yep, they'll take those. They're very thankful
If they're
for your
asking me
cooperation.
questions about... If only Faris picked up on the questions. Are we still asked the questions?
Yes, you're asked the questions, but you failed the insight check to pick up on exactly what was being asked about.
Okay. In that case, I guess I don't mention something.
Okay. They thank you for your cooperation. They hope that your next stay on Haval is a bit less eventful. And they ask that next time you let them know when you're coming, because they like to keep track of anybody holding a marquee. A letter of marque, sorry.
Understood. You got contact info for us to let you know when we're coming in?
You can contact the department itself. He pauses and then sends something to you on the tour. There you go. Don't worry, this isn't a formal request. If you're having to do something for work, we understand, but yeah, we've had trouble in the past, and we like to keep an eye on it.
Understood. And Ferris is going to tuck that away into her Omni tool for later visits to Havarl.
Thank you for your cooperation. I think that's everything we needed to ask all of you. If you guys think of anything else that you think might assist us in our investigation, please don't hesitate to contact us. If you specifically want to get in contact with the investigation team, you can contact myself or my partner, wherever the hell she's gotten to, at these addresses. He hands them over to you.
All right.
Oh, one further question. There was something we noticed appears to be missing from the facility. You didn't notice any kind of vehicle while you were there, did you?
Only ours. Why?
I've just been trying to figure out some unusual readings that we detected in the area. Thank you for your cooperation. You may go.
Okay.
And there we go. That's the debriefing. You are then free to go where you wish to go. Hey, Como, good to see you. I assume you head back to your ship? Hey, Cephalon, good to see you too.
Yep.
All right. Are you guys happy to finish off for there? I'm sorry, Como, I'm afraid you came in pretty much towards the end of this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that works.
Okay, we'll pick this up again next week. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm not going to do the Paragon of Renegade on stream because I need the loo. We hope you come. We hope you join us again next week, where we will be continuing. And also tomorrow, I will be having another go at streaming D&D live. So, wish me luck. I've been joined tonight by Diablo Awesome,
I should go.
Discordian Nest,
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Viz Kanoya,
I told you already. It's an emergency induction port.
and of course, Wolf Venom.
Wolf Venom said we will bang. Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be on next week, but for now, good night. Farewell.
Good night.
Farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen.